across Arkansas. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. The power to play, the power to deliver.
I'm Rex Nelson. Outside of the state's natural beauty, the thing that strikes me most as I travel Arkansas is the junk in yards and trash along the highways. In a place that markets itself as the natural state, we've too often been guilty of, at best, ignoring our natural treasures, at worst, polluting and littering them. Let's take pride in our state by keeping it litter-free. Visit KeepArkansasBeautiful.com to get involved.
This message brought to you by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission.
Poultry is the leading agricultural industry in Arkansas, and the Poultry Federation is the voice to promote it. Did you know that the industry provides 170,000 jobs in our state? In fact, over 6,500 farms in Arkansas produce some type of poultry. And in 2020, the poultry industry provided $3.7 billion of the total agricultural cash receipts. From providing scholarships to protecting interest at the state capitol, the Poultry Federation is the proud voice of the poultry industry.
In the communities we serve, we know your energy is best spent on the things you enjoy. That's why we're helping you save your energy with natural gas. With twice the efficiency of electrical appliances, save your energy for taco night. Or singing in the shower with faster water heater recovery. Even for cozier comfort with gas dryers and fireplaces. All while doing a little more to save the planet. So save your energy and money with natural gas. And if you already are, keep saving with Summit Utilities. Learn more at summitutilities.com/benefits.
Joe Klein here for Bet Saracen, Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
You bet it is, Joe, and football is in the air, which means Bet Saracen has everything you're looking for and more right there on your cell phone.
Now everyone can get in the game and follow your favorite team.
And that's right on the money. If putting down a little wager makes your favorite game a little more exciting, we'll go to the app stores and download Bet Saracen. We even got a demo video to show you how to play.
Or find it at betsaracen.com.
Simmons Bank, nominated by Forbes magazine as a top U.S. bank, takes great pride in investing in our friends and neighbors. For more than 100 years, we've worked to make our customers' dreams come true, earning trust with convenient and reliable financial tools, checking and savings accounts, home and consumer loans, small business loans, and low-rate credit cards. Wherever you are on your financial journey, we're there with you every step of the way. Simmons Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
but as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
Hey, let's not do color. Face the fear.
Okay. And keep moving forward.
All right, then.
Wherever you are in life,
you want these?
On the name trusted in insurance for more than
they're not great,
years.
but you know,
Arkansas Blue Cross and
what you get, what you pay for a $35 Walmart.
Making false threats is a joke. Think again. Any communication threatening students, teachers, and staff at schools or public places is a federal crime that could lock people behind prison doors for up to 5 years.
I'm FBI Deputy Director David Bowditch, making you aware that hoax threats have real consequences. We don't want to see a young person begin their adult lives with a phony record.
Making false threats is not a joke. Think before you post. Visit FBI.gov.
Back on the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day Show, where we'll wrap things up looking at the rankings in Class 2A. Rex's Road to the Rock rankings saw quite a bit of movement following a couple of upsets in the first round. Number 1 ranked Hazen continued to roll with a 48-6 win over Poyen in the first round, but the number 2 Bigelows were upset by Earl 28-12 to be eliminated. Also previously number 4 ranked Dirks was beat by England 42-28, so that moves Carlisle back up to number 2 after they slipped past Mineral Springs 32-28. East Poinsett County is now number 3 following its 56-26 win over Hector. Des Arc also checks in at number 4 after topping Magazine 46-6, and number 5 is Mount Ida after the Lions eliminated Episcopal Collegiate by the score of 40-13. So now Earl will travel to Carlisle for the quarterfinals, while Des Arc will host Mount Ida. England will travel to East Poinsett County, while the dangerous Earl Bulldogs will head to Hazen. So there you have it, folks. We hope you've enjoyed enjoyed the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day Show, and we hope you'll tune back in tonight at 10 p.m. Central for the Simmons Bank Friday Night High School Scoreboard Show. Rex Nelson and Nate Olson will take you all the way up to midnight with scores, interviews, and the all-new Rex's Road to the Rock rankings. Coaches, journalists, play-by-play guys, be sure to call in your scores at 501-298-BALL. That's 501-298-2255, so we can get every score in the state in tonight's Simmons Bank Friday Night High School Scoreboard Show. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by Simmons Bank, Centerpoint Energy and Summit Utilities, UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine, Arkansas Delta Byways Regional Tourism, the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, Hot Springs, Keep Arkansas Beautiful, Saracen Casino Resort in Pine Bluff, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Arkansas Brighter Future 529, in partnership with Arkansas Tourism and State Parks, the Poultry Federation, Lyon College in Batesville, Tim Griffiths for Arkansas Attorney General Campaign, Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia, the Murphy's Art District, Arkansas Rice, Washita Baptist University, and the Great American Coffee. Folks, I'm Kelly Blair, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to our show half as much as I've enjoyed talking football with you this season. Come on back and join us again next year on the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day Show.
The following is a special...
It's time for Valley View Blazer football on FM News Talk 102.1. Presented by NEA Baptist, Domino's Pizza, Jonesboro, and Kavanaugh Auto Group. The First National Bank Pre-Game Show.
Good evening from Central Dealership Stadium on the campus of Valley View High School in Southwest Jonesboro, where tonight the Valley View Blazers play host to the Cardinals of Camden Fairview in the quarterfinals of the Class 5A state playoffs. Hello, everyone. I'm Randy Myers under the headset in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. Last week, the Blazers earned a hard-fought win over Farmington in round one, the first postseason victory for this Valley View program since entering Class 5A in 2002.
The historic game was a back-and-forth affair that had 5 lead changes, with the Blazers scoring the go-ahead touchdown with less than 3 minutes to play. Meanwhile, Camden Fairview advanced to this quarterfinals contest by eliminating Bologna from the postseason with a 30-0 victory on the Cardinals' home field. They led 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. They were up 24-0 at halftime before adding a final score. Fairview finished as the runner-up in the 5A South, thus earning the 2 seed out of that region. This morning I sat down with Valley View head coach Sean Cockrell to recap last week's thrilling win over Farmington. We also preview tonight's contest with Camden Fairview. The conversation comes your way after this 2-minute timeout on the EAB Sports Network.
Experience world-class care delivered by friends, family, and neighbors right here in your community, bringing industry-leading technology to you, not the other way around. Your health record, your appointment scheduling, and your medications all in one place. And your lab results? Do we look at healthcare differently? Absolutely. Experience the difference, and you will too. NEA Baptist. Healthcare for the next century.
Best savings anywhere at First National Bank. For a limited time only, a 13-month CD special at 4.03 annual percentage yield. You can visit fnbank.net/specials to lock in your rate today. Also available by visiting any of our 23 locations in Arkansas and Tennessee. 13 months, 4.03 APY at First National Bank. Offer valid as of November 17, 2022. Rate subject to change. Valid at all locations. $1,000 minimum to open. Penalty for early withdrawal. Member FDIC equal housing lender.
Get used now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and
Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2.
every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy it, Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year free maintenance.
I'm not sure why we're getting all that background noise.
We buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to CavanaughCars.com.
The home team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to welcome Dr. Asa Schmeichel. Dr. Schmeichel is an ACE State alum and is Northeast Arkansas's only joint revision surgeon, specializing in several forms of joint replacement. He joins the Jonesboro Sports and Orthopedics team with more than 40 years experience in getting you back in the game. So if you have a sports injury, just some nagging aches, or even need help with concussion management, call JOSM at 932-1820 to schedule an appointment. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
We welcome you back to our First National Bank pregame coverage of Blazer football. Randy Myers sitting down now with Valley View head coach Sean Cockrell as we move into round 2, the quarterfinal round of the 5A state playoffs. And boy, it feels good to say that, Coach.
Yeah, first time. It does. It feels good. I'm so excited for the kids and our coaching staff to kind of get that monkey off our back. And these kids were the ones that, wanted to do it and said a lot about it and, thought they were the ones that could get it done. And I believed them, and obviously we had a tough game and went back and forth, but, we ended up making plays at the end to win and just excited about everything for us.
Well, it certainly was an exciting game, one of the more entertaining games that I've had the privilege of ever broadcasting in 30-plus years of doing this. And certainly, you talk about excitement. I know that there's all kinds of excitement on this campus right now and in the Valley View community and the Blazer Nation. And I think even all over this town, a lot of people are not necessarily people who even live in the Valley View district or are Valley View fans that seem to be excited for what's happening here right now.
Yeah, and hopefully so. We've had some really good football teams in this area, and we had our run in 4A, but it's been a long time since we've got a win in the playoffs actually, and made a run, and hopefully we can continue this thing, and hopefully people come out and support. I know it's going to be super cold tonight, but and so the crowd might not be what we want it to be, but hopefully we can continue this thing and just keep going as long as we can.
Well, let's back up and recap the win over Farmington last week before we turn our attention to Camden Fairview. But obviously, it was an unusual game in that it couldn't have gotten off to a worse start for us. I mean, they got the ball first and zipped their way down the field, and in less than 2 minutes they're in the end zone. And then they've got you on their heels, so they decide to go for 2, and that worked for them. So, lightning strike, you're down in an eight-point hole, then you go 3 and out, and boy, at that point I'm thinking, man, this may be a long night.
Yeah, we thought the same. And that kind of shows you the resiliency of this team and this staff. I thought, man, this is going to be a long night if this is what it's going to look like. But, the defense settled in, obviously got the pick from Jay Mormon to get us going and set up the scoring. And then offensively, we got going better in the second half. But, just to be up 14-11 against that team and what they did and when they came out was huge for us. And, to kind of give us some momentum. And like I said, it went back and forth the entire game. And, we found a way to win.
Yeah, you were up 3 at halftime, as you mentioned, 14-11. This game saw 5 lead changes, most of those coming in the second half, and it was just a roller coaster ride.
It was. I thought, we were up 35-25, I believe, and I was like, golly, we can relax for a second, but we couldn't. You couldn't relax for 30 seconds because they were going to keep coming. And it was just 2 good football teams that played a really good game. And it was great for fans. Obviously, not for us as coaches. We don't podcast. Yeah, we don't enjoy that stuff at all when you're back and forth like that. So, but really good football game against 2 teams.
When they went up 4 with around just a little over 5 minutes left, and then you get the ball back and have to go 3 and out. And again, at that point, I'm thinking, well, it's been a fun season, but it looks like it's about to come to an end. But once again, we were fooled.
Yeah, it looked slim. It did. It was 5:29, I believe, and we were down 4, and we had to go for it on 4th down. We don't get it on our end, and it was huge. Defense came up, got a stop. Was that Jay's other pick, his last pick? I can't remember. Anyway,
yeah, I think that was his 3rd pick.
And then we get the ball on the 13-yard line. I thought, well, we've got to go a long way and not very much time. I think we had 1 timeout. So,
boom, another one of those lightning strike moments.
Yeah, it was a great play by Coach Riley. We knew they were playing man on Jackson, and we've got TJ to get in motion and get out of the way. And the last time we handed it to him, it didn't go anywhere. So we were thinking they're going to stop this, and obviously it worked out for us. Great throw by Turley and great job by Harmon.
And that winning touchdown pass coming with, I think, just inside 3 minutes to play. And that was an 87-yard touchdown pass. When people who weren't there hear that, they think, it was like an 87-yard bomb. And while it was a big pass play, really, I mean, the pass play only covered through the air around 25, 30 yards. He caught it around midfield, and then he just kind of stiff-armed that defensive back and pushed him off, and then just outran him to the end zone.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Jackson did it. I mean, you could see the will from him and him wanting to score, and thank goodness he did. I mean, who knows what would have happened if he doesn't right there. And we talked about it the other day, just about all these kids making these plays. Mark's one-handed catch on the sideline, Jay's 3 picks. I mean, there's little things that happen throughout the game that got us to be able to go to that victory. But the play by Harmon, I thought for sure he was getting caught because that kid, obviously, we had seen him all game. They put him in. He played offense. They put him in because he was a lot faster than the D-back they had in, and I thought, man, he might get caught. But, man, what a play by him to get in the end zone.
So at that point, you're up 2, but you still got almost 3 minutes of football left in a wild game. So you knew you could relax at that point still.
Yeah, and we were trying to not kick it to number 33, he was best player on the field, and so we didn't want to kick it deep. We were trying to pooch it over, and Brody kind of kicked it on the ground and kind of gave him a little bit really good field position that kind of scared us too. But defense stepped up and made plays, and we were able to run the clock out.
So we turn the page on Farmington, put them in the rearview mirror, and look forward to another Cardinal team that comes in here tonight in Camden Fairview, and an equally good, if not better, team. They're 9-2, just like we are. They look on paper, just from watching the video that I've seen of them, they look like a very different team than Farmington.
Yeah, they are super athletic all the way across. Probably the biggest and best offensive line we've seen from the offense, but then the quarterback that's so dynamic. But you look at their stats, and him and Carson's stats are almost identical.
Right.
You look at their running back stats, almost identical to Slade's. Their best receiver and their second receiver look like Mark and Jackson. So their stats basically look like us offensively. Defensively, they're going to give you problems. They're big up front. They keep 6 in the box, so they don't want you to run the football, but they're going to press you on the outside. And make you take chances, which, our guys have done well all year on taking chances on jump balls or whatever it may be. So, but you look at their schedule and you look at their losses, and it's to Arkadelphia, who's number 1 in 4A right now, and Parkview, who just beat Wynn 42-0 last night. Right. Obviously, they are a really good football team. Are they primarily a run team or a pass team, or are they pretty much a 50-50 team? I think they want to run the football. I think they will throw it. You look at the stats from last year. I think the quarterback threw for over 3,000 yards. He's only at 1,700 this year. So you look like they want to run the football a little bit more this year because of how they are up front, how big they are, and they can just blow you off the ball. And they give it to a bunch of different guys. I mean, everybody's got carries on that team. So along with the quarterback, but they want to come at you, and they will throw it, and they're very dynamic as far as they're going to get it out to them really quick and let their playmakers make plays. They had a much easier time in their first round win last week, defeating Bologna 30-0. They had 2 running backs go for over 100 yards. Yeah, Aaron also Brook is number 3. We got to know where he's at all time. He's kind of their leader. Can play receiver, but also goes to the running back position. I think he had 125 yards. So it's going to be tough. Obviously, when there's only eight schools left in this, in this part of the bracket and this part of the playoffs. No gimmies left at this point. And I mean, it's all good football teams, and so you're going to get a tough draw no matter what. And hopefully they're saying that about us as well. As you mentioned, their only 2 losses have been to very good teams, Arkadelphia and Little Rock Parkview. I believe they're unbeaten on the road. I think they're 4 or 5-0 on the road. Now, this will probably be the longest road trip that they have taken, but, that certainly impresses me, the fact that they have not lost on the road. Yeah, it says a lot about their staff and getting their kids prepared and what they've done all year. But, they were really good last year, made it to the second round last year. So they had a lot coming back. So they're used to winning. They feel like they can beat anybody. They lose to Parkview last game of the year, but that was for the conference championship. But other than that, they went kind of on a streak like we did, 8 in a row. And so we're very similar in what we've done as far as our schedule and all that stuff. And it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, they've got to drive 4 hours, and be different than what they normally do. Our kids are going to school, having a normal day, and that's what I love about it. Coach, appreciate the visit. Good luck tonight against Camden Fairview, and I'll say the same thing I did to Sam last week. I hope we have another one of these conversations a week from now. Me too. Thank you, Randy. Coach Sean Cockrell, I'm Randy Myers. We'll come back as we continue along with our First National Bank pregame coverage of Blazer football on the EAB Sports Network.
You raised your family here. Did every July 4th here? We finished the floors here twice. Sized up your daughter's boyfriends here? Waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you dreamed of and never given again in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
It's a mix and match special now at all Jonesboro area Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any two for $5.99 each for carryout or $6.99 each for delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, salad, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The mix and match special with any two for only $5.99 each for carryout or $6.99 each for delivery. Only at your Jonesboro area Domino's Pizza locations.
Elite Eye Care has a new Jonesboro location that is now open at 2100 East Highland near the Old Indian Mall. Hey, it's Brandon Baxter, and the team at Elite Eye Care is who my family trusts for their personal eye care. Elite Eye Care specializes in eye care solutions for patients of all ages, and you can be assured that your family is cared for like their own. Schedule your appointment at EliteEyeCareandOptical.com or call 972-6040. Elite Eye Care at 2100 East Highland in Jonesboro and at 1515 West Kings Highway in Paragould. Elite Eye Care. Your vision is our focus.
A few years ago, a friend of mine was going to town to have lunch with the president of a college that he supported. He was stopped for speeding, and the trooper asked for his driver's license, and Jim said, "I don't have my driver's license. Well, my billfold at home." The trooper asked why his billfold was at home. He said, "I'm having lunch with the college president, and the last thing you want to take with you is your billfold. Best price, best service." One saying, and God bless our troops.
Randy Myers under the headset as we welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium, where we are now about 14 minutes away from kickoff for this quarterfinal playoff game featuring the Valley View Blazers and the Camden Fairview Cardinals. The Blazers advanced to this second-round matchup by rallying from 4 points down in the closing minutes last week to defeat Farmington 41-39 in a game that saw 5 lead changes following senior safety Jay Mormon's third interception of the night. Quarterback Carson Turley and wide receiver Jackson Harmon hooked up for an 87-yard touchdown pass on the very next play with 2:57 remaining. The Blazer defense was able to stop Farmington at midfield on the ensuing possession, and the Blazers got the ball back and were able to run out the clock for their first playoff win since advancing to the 4A semifinals back in 2013. Camden Fairview had a much easier time with its first-round home playoff game against Bologna. The Cardinals used a strong running game and stout defense to advance to this quarterfinal round. Running backs A.J. Alsabrook and Kenny Lanford each rushing for over 100 yards in the winning effort. Our pregame coverage of Blazer football on KBTM and the Blazer News Network's YouTube channel, brought to you by First National Bank, where they put you first always. We'll step aside for a quick timeout and back with more in a moment on the EAB Sports Network.
All Bank and Trust bringing full Jonesboro. To celebrate, we're offering you $200 extra. Just open a new checking account with Evolve. Have at least 2 qualifying direct deposits of $500 or more within 90 days. Then we'll deposit $200 extra into your account. It's just that easy. Open a new Evolve checking account and receive an extra $200 in your account, plus free checks for a year. Restrictions apply. Visit getevolved.com/special promotion for more details, or come in and at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. That's 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp Document Systems dealer in Jonesboro. That's right, since 1965, Forrest Office Machines has provided dependable office equipment and reliable service. We follow the equipment journey through all kinds of changes and developments, always on the cutting edge, whatever that is. And our partnership with Sharp Document Systems means we offer the very latest, most dependable equipment. And Forrest is the only office equipment dealer that when you need supplies, you can walk in our store and get it. When you need it fixed, you can call us.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment needs of businesses just like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document system dealer at 1005 G Street in Jonesboro. 932-7852. 932-7852. Call Forrest Office Machines today.
Back here at Central Dealership Stadium in Southwest Jonesboro, Randy Myers under the headset as we continue along with our First National Bank pregame coverage of this quarterfinal playoff contest between Valley View and Camden Fairview. We are approximately 10 minutes away from kickoff for this game. This is ordinarily the point in the pregame where we take a look at the history of the series between the Blazers and their opponent. Can't do that tonight because there is no history. This is the first ever meeting for Valley View and Camden Fairview on the gridiron. Both teams come into this game at 9-2 overall. Valley View enters the game as co-champs of the 5A East and the 1 seed out of the 5A East Conference. Fairview was the runner-up and the 2 seed out of the 5A South. As we look at their bodies of work, Valley View, of course, opened the season with a 16-point loss to still unbeaten Harding Academy. After that, the Blazers ran off a string of 8 straight wins and included non-conference victories over Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and Rivercrest, as well as league wins over Paragould, Forest City, win in overtime, Brooklyn, Southside, and Nettleton. Valley View was upset on the road by Batesville in the regular season finale 2 weeks ago, and then bounced back last week to beat Farmington in the first round of the playoffs, the first postseason for victory since the first postseason victory for Valley View since 2013. Fairview opened the season with a 20-point home loss to Arkadelphia. Then they ran off a string of 8 straight wins. Started with a win over 6A El Dorado. They also have wins, non-conference wins over Dollarway and Hot Springs Lakeside. They opened league play with wins over Texarkana, Magnolia, DeQueen, Hope, and Hot Springs in that order. They then lost their last game of the regular season to Parkview before last week's playoff win over Bologna. Valley View comes into this game averaging 31.4 points per game, and the Blazers are giving up 17.3. Camden Fairview, by comparison, averaging 34 points per game and allowing 13.2. The coaches, Sean Cockrell is in his 9th year at the helm of the Blazer program. He comes into tonight's playoff game with a 54-41 overall mark. Fairview is coached by first-year coach Nick Vaughn. He was an assistant last year at Parkview, but it's our understanding that this is his rookie season as a head coach, and he's led the Cardinals to a 9-2 record coming into this game. Rankings, Valley View checks into this game number 6 in the Hootens.com poll. They're number 5 in the Scorebook Live poll and number 6 in the Arkansas Sports Media poll. Camden Fairview checks in at number 5 in the Hootens and Scorebook Live polls. As far as pregame predictions for this one, everybody likes the Blazers. Not only Hootens, but also Scorebook Live and Kevin Turbeville from the Jonesboro Sun, all picking Valley View to win this game tonight. Here's your officiating crew for this game. The referee is Bryant Derrick. The umpire is Kenny Sanders. The back judge is Justin Andrews. The line judge is Jackie McPherson, and the head linesman is Kevin Wilhoit. We'll step aside here for a 2-minute timeout and back with more from Central Dealership Stadium in a moment. This is Blazer Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Whether you're replacing an old appliance or remodeling your whole kitchen, the appliances you need are right around the corner with GE Appliances at Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro. Shop timeless designs and time-saving features on the appliances that are built to last in the busiest homes. Visit Tucker's Appliance today and upgrade your home your way with GE Appliances and your local experts. Shop Tucker's Appliance today and save. Tucker's Appliance.
Your vehicle is a personal and important investment. At Central Collision Center, we're more than collision repair. We do everything from minor paint touch-ups and windshield replacements to framework. We're committed to customer satisfaction and provide the highest quality of service. At Central Collision Center, we provide honest and expert auto care and offer a written lifetime warranty and on-site rental car arrangements. Stop by or give us a call today to schedule your free estimate. Central Collision Center. Professional, convenient, reliable. Find Central Chevrolet on Stadium and online at centralcollisionctr.com.
25 years of memories, 25 years of smiles, opportunities, and friends. 25 years of community. Because of you, we've forged long-lasting partnerships that have made our communities better. We can all agree that a lot has changed in 25 years, but our promise to always be a true community bank remains the same. Our roots run deep. Our commitment to you runs deeper. We're celebrating 25 years of First Community Bank, and the best is yet to come. From FDIC, equal opportunity lender. Your medical needs are personal, and the way you manage those needs should be personal as well. The team at Southern Home Healthcare is local, knowledgeable, and courteous, giving you the customized care you and your family deserve. When facing breathing challenges, the on-staff respiratory therapists at Southern Home Healthcare provide support and guidance just for you, and you can sleep better with the help of their CPAP and BiPAP therapy. Plus, treat your strains, sprains, and pain with the help of Southern Home Healthcare's high-quality bracing devices. Go online to southernhomehealthjonesboro.com.
We welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Myers under the headset. We are about 5 minutes away from kickoff here at the Central Dealership Stadium for Valley View and Camden Fairview, this quarterfinal playoff matchup. Taking a little closer look at this Camden Fairview team, their offense is led by quarterback Martavius Thomas. He's a 5'9", 160-pound senior, and he is to Camden Fairview what Carson Turley is for Valley View, not just because he is their quarterback, but if you look at, compare the stats of these guys, they kind of mirror each other in what they've been able to accomplish for their respective teams this season. Thomas, by the way, is also a Division I baseball recruit. He is a verbal commit to Arkansas, so he'll be a future Razorback. They're big up front. They've got a 320-pound left tackle, a 270-pound guard, a 250-pound center, a 250-pound right guard, and a 240-pound right tackle. So this Fairview team will present one of the largest, if not the largest, offensive line that Valley View has faced all season. Got good running backs, starting with Aaron or A.J. Alsabrook. He's a 5'9", 170-pound senior. They've also got a good number 2 running back in Kenny Langford, a 5'8", 180-pound sophomore. Both of those guys rushed for over 100 yards in their win over Bologna last week. Of course, Valley View put up big numbers as well last week in their 41-39 victory over Farmington. Carson Turley passing for over 260 yards, completing 50% of his passes. Got big, also a nice game from Slade Caldwell, as he had 75 yards on about 10 carries, including that 50-yard touchdown drive that he scored on in the third quarter. So we're still winding down here toward kickoff, a little over 3 minutes remaining. I understand we are having some audio issues. We're working on getting those corrected, so hopefully things are sounding a little bit better now. They sound better in my headset anyway, so but just bear with us. We'll try to get that fixed as we move along. We're waiting the pregame coin toss. We're going to go ahead and take another 2 to 3 minute timeout, and we'll come back after this break on the EAB Sports Network. Okay, thank you.
Coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local.
Thank you, Abby.
About Pico Foods' mission to support producers in Arkansas and Missouri by calling David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama, Mississippi, call Craig Bird or John Taylor Hickman, 601-670-9383. Demos Smokehouse Barbecue.
Make this a 3-minute break if you would, Abby, because we're going to play the national anthem right after this. So go ahead and extend this into a 3-minute break, please.
People from Memphis that travel to Jonesboro to sample, taste, and enjoy Demos Barbecue. No kidding, they come from Memphis, so no need to go anywhere else. Right here, the best barbecue is at Demos. Any of the ribs, any of the plates, you can enjoy it all at Demos Smokehouse Barbecue. My mouth is watering.
Ship anything, anywhere at your #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Bring anything to Pack Mail, and they'll pack it, ship it, crate it, freight it, no matter how big, fragile, or awkwardly shaped. Since 1998, Pack Mail has been your #1 shipping source, the only authorized shipper of all the major carriers. UPS, FedEx, DHL, the Postal Service, and freight services all in one store. At Pack Mail, you have choices. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
Hey, we are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations. situations, and our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office, then FedEx, or all the way out to UPS terminal, and then get that international shipment to DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Pack Mail.
See, I told you, Pack Mail ships anything, anywhere, for any shipper. Pack Mail, voted the #1 printing, packaging, and shipping store in Jonesboro. Don't trust your shipping needs to just anybody. Trust Pack Mail, 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere, today at Pack Mail.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document systems dealer in Jonesboro. That's right, since 1965, Forrest Office Machines has provided dependable office equipment and reliable service. We follow the equipment journey through all kinds of changes and developments, always on the cutting edge, whatever that is. And our partnership with Sharp Document Systems means we offer the very latest, most dependable equipment. And Forrest is the only office equipment dealer that when you need supplies, you can walk in our store and get it. When you need it fixed, you can call us.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment needs of businesses just like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document system dealer at 1005 G Street in Jonesboro. 932-7852. 932-7852. Call Forrest Office Machines today.
We welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Myers under the headset, just about set to get this one kicked and underway here in the quarterfinals of the 5A state playoffs. It's Valley View, the 1 seed out of the 5A East, and Camden Fairview, the 2 seed out of the 5A South. Valley View trying to build on the momentum of a 41-39 home victory last week in round 1 of the playoffs over Farmington. And this Camden Fairview team, which, like Valley View, has been a staple in the playoffs the last few years, and they've had some success. This is Valley View's first taste of success last week anyway, since entering Class 5A back in 2014. Prior to that, Valley View did advance to the semifinals of the 4A playoffs back in 2013. John Cockerell was an assistant coach that year here at Valley View, but now he's the head man, and he's got his first postseason win under his belt. So we'll see if the Blazers can build on that momentum. Valley View has won the pregame coin toss and deferred its option to the second half, so Camden Fairview will get the ball back. The Blazer captains will get the ball to start the game. The Blazer captains for tonight's contest will be Cal Richardson, Hayden Ross, and Nico Mata. So Brody Dix has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line, and
back deep for the Cardinals.
We are just about ready to play football here on a chilly night in Southwest Jonesboro at Central Dealership Stadium.
The right over kickoff.
Return man for Fairview is set up. They're going to cheat up, move up to about the 17 or the 18-yard line. So a little bit surprised by that. They may be anticipating onside kick. They get a pooch kick to begin the game, and it is caught at about the 28-yard line. Running laterally to the far side of the field, hits a seam, flag goes down, and returns it up to about the 46-yard line. Arquavian Martin on the return for the Cardinals. And now we'll see what the laundry on the field back at the 40-yard line is about.
Camden Fairview 45-yard line. First down, Cardinals.
Brian Huff making the tackle for Valley View. And Fairview is going to get hit with a holding penalty on that return. So that'll back it up from the spot of the foul, and step off is underway. We'll move the ball back to the 30-yard line. So Fairview will start at their own 30. 11:51 to play here in the first period. Here comes Camden Fairview. Offense led by quarterback Martavius Thomas. Got one receiver split wide to the right. They'll bunch trip set receivers, 3 to the near side. Quarterback out of the gun. Gives it off to Lanford, the running back, running near side. He's strung out and dropped right near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss. It'll depend on what kind of a spot they give him, but not much of a gain, if any, at all there for Fairview, with Matt McMullen leading the charge defensively for Valley View. It's no gain, but it brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals. They're right back quickly to the line of scrimmage. This time 3 receivers to the right, 1 lonesome receiver to the near side. Quarterback is back to throw. He's got a wide open receiver on the far sideline over there, and he's into Blazer territory across midfield and finally caught inside the 40-yard line at about the 38. I'm not sure how that guy got wide open, but there was nobody near him. Maybe give a little stop and go move, and
first down, Cardinals.
Fairview moves the ball into Valley View territory. A first down at the Blazer 37-yard line. 11:27 to play, just underway here in the first period. Two receivers to the near side, one off to the right. Martavius Thomas working a pistol formation this time. Got an H-back to the right. And now we have a stop and play, and this may be a delay of game. Cardinals on the back pedal. Actually, it's a false start. So that'll move the ball back to the 42-yard line. Second penalty of the game already for Fairview. And it's 1st and 15 from the Blazer 42. Two receivers to the left. One to the right, H-back to the right. They stay in the pistol. They give it off to Lamford. Actually, they fake it to him. Now they throw it out to the sideline. I believe that ball was, I guess it was incomplete. Yeah, incomplete pass. Whitney was the intended target. He's the H-back. And that'll bring up 2nd and 15 from the 42 for Camden Fairview. 10:50 to play in the first period. Two receivers to the left, one off lonesome right. Thomas possibly changing the play here as the running back will shift to his left hip. And he'll give it to Lamford. Lamford running right. He's met near the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for maybe a positive gain of about 1 yard. That'll be about it. Blazers read it well and snuffed it out. Cal Richardson leading the defensive charge for Valley View. It's no gain and brings up, actually a 1 yard gain, brings up 3rd and 14 from the Blazer 41. Three receivers left, one to the right. Thomas in the gun, looks to the sideline. Takes the snap. Throws it out on a screen pass, and the receiver immediately lifts. The ball is on the ground. It's up for grabs. They're going to rule it incomplete. So the Blazer defense rises to the occasion there and knocks the ball loose from the receiver. That'll bring up 4th at about 14 for Fairview. We'll see what they do here. The ball is on the Blazer side of the field at the 41-yard line. Their punter is Narsa Khan, and I don't see him on the field, so they're going for it on 4th down, it appears. 10 minutes remaining in the first period. Big 4th down conversion play coming up here for Fairview. They face 4th and 14 from the Valley View 41. Now we've got a timeout as Fairview looked to be a little bit confused there. So they burned their first time out of the game. No scores of yet. We'll pause for 30 seconds. Back here in a moment with Blazer football on the EAB Sports Network.
Blazers on FM News Talk 102.1 and KBTM AM 1230 Jonesboro.
World-class care delivered by friends, family, and neighbors right here in your community, bringing industry-leading technology to you, not the other way around. Your health record, your appointment scheduling, and your medications all in one place. And your lab results delivered the instant they're recorded. Do we look at healthcare differently? Absolutely. Experience the difference, and you will too. Anyway Baptist, healthcare for the next century.
Back here at Central Dealership Stadium, Randy Meyer is under the headset. Set to return to play out of the Fairview timeout. Camden facing a 4th and 14. Two receivers to the left, three to the right. Empty backfield for Martavius Thomas. He's got plenty of time. Now here comes the rush. He gets a block, fires downfield. That ball is tipped and incomplete. Well defended in the secondary there for Valley View, and the Blazers will get the turnover on downs and take over at their own 41-yard line. So Valley View meets the challenge there, and Daquan Galloway deflecting the pass for Valley View. It'll be a first down for the Blazers at the 41. Carson Turley will send trip sets to the near side, 3 receivers and 2 to the left on an empty backfield start for the Blazers. He's back to throw, sets up, flushed, and rushes forward for 1, maybe 2 across the middle after the pocket collapsed. Turley gets 1. Actually, it's no gain after the spot, so it'll be a 2nd and 10.
No game on the play, 2nd down, 10.
Here come the Blazers with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Low snap. Turley is able to get it off the ground. Now he's going to have to tuck and run, and he'll be caught right after he crosses the line of scrimmage for about a 1-yard pickup. And that'll bring up a quick 3rd and 9 situation here for Valley View.
Darrell King on the stop, gain of 1 on play, brings up 3rd down, 9.
So the ball will be at the 42, just inside the left hash. Here come the Blazers with Mark Wilson and Bo Smith split wide to the near side, 2 receivers to the left as well. On 3rd and 9 for Valley View. Turley back to throw, sets up, fires over the middle. That ball is incomplete. I think Harmon was the intended target over there, but that was beyond his reach, and Turley will have to drop back into punt formation as Valley View goes 3 and out on its first possession here with 8:45 to play in the opening period. Jarquavian Martin will drop back to return the punt for the Cardinals of Fairview. He'll be standing at about his own 29-yard line. Turley gets the low line drive kick away. It'll take a good Blazer bounce and roll, and he's going to field it off the bounce. Almost got away from him. He's able to get to the sideline and return it about 5 yards before he succumbs to several blue jerseys over there right around the 17-yard line, it appears.
Brought down at the 22-yard line.
Looks like they'll spot it at the 22. Or will it be the 22? Let's see where they're going to put the ball down. I think it's going to be closer to the 17, but yeah, it is right at the, actually the 16-yard line. That was Will Crawford on the tackle. Ball is at the 16. Here come the Cardinals. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the right. Thomas working out of the gun. Martavius Thomas, the Camden Fairview quarterback. Shows it to the running back, fires over the middle. Receiver makes the catch, gets away, and now he's into space. He's across midfield and finally caught by Mormon inside Valley View territory. A big catch there by Trent Haygood for Camden. And once again, they hit the Blazers with a big pass play and are on the Blazer side of the 50. So the ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line of Valley View with 8:17 to play here in the first period. Haygood was able to spin out of a tackle right after he caught the ball and then pick up some big yardage before Mormon finally caught up to him from his safety spot. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Thomas out of the gun, rolling right on play action, and the play is blown dead. Got a flag down, so that will probably be a false start, but we'll wait and see.
False start.
It is a false start. That's the 3rd penalty of the first period already against Camden Fairview. Moves the ball back to the 42. 8:02 to play. No scores of yet in this one here in the first period. I've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Thomas out of the gun, sends Haygood in motion, gives it to him on the jet sweep running right. He cuts it upfield and gets back near the original line of scrimmage to about the 37-yard line. And it'll bring up 2nd and about 10 for Fairview.
Gain of 5 on the play brings up 2nd down, 10.
Tackle made by Jay Mormon. Ball on the right hash on 2nd and 10 from the Blazer 37. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Martavius Thomas, the Camden Fairview quarterback, the Razorback baseball commit. And again, they may be changing the play here, as Langford, the running back, will shift to the left and line up as more of an H-back now. Thomas rolling right on play action, fires downfield, and that ball is incomplete. He short-hopped his intended target, who was trying to catch at about the 30-yard line. So it's 3rd and 10 for Fairview. at the Blazer 37. 6:57 to play here in the opening frame. Still looking for our first points of the night. Cardinals come with 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the right. Thomas out of the gun. Running back is Langford on his left hip. He'll keep it, runs right, and met at the line of scrimmage and caught right there by Jet Bradshaw and company. Also Matt McMullen in on the tackle, and they get him for no gain. It'll be 4th and 10 for Camden Fairview.
No gain on the play, brings up 4th down. 10.
Dedrick Bournes will check in to man the defensive end spot on the left side here for Valley View, and it looks like Fairview will go for it again on 4th down. 6:30 to play, first period. Camden sends 2 receivers to the left and right. Thomas in the pistol set. Back to throw. Here comes pressure. He fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. Valley View will get the second turnover on downs and get the ball back. As once again, Camden Fairview hit the Blazers with 1 big pass play to get on the Valley View side of the 50, but then couldn't do anything with it. So the Blazer defense rises to the challenge once again. Valley View will get the ball back, this time at the 37-yard line. Bo Smith split wide right for Valley View as the only receiver to this side. Got trips off to the left. And Turley going to keep it running near side. He's got some room on the edge across the 40 and knocked out of bounds right about the 45-yard line. Pickup of about 8 yards there on a nice run by Carson Turley.
Matt Davis on the stop, gain of 8 on the play, brings up
6:07 to play in the first period. No score as of yet. The Blazers facing a 2nd and 2 now off the right hash at their own 45-yard line. Wilson is split wide left, or wide right rather, 2 receivers off to the left. Turley out of the gun, gives it to Caldwell. Caldwell tries the middle and should have enough to move the chains. Picked up, needed 2, looked like he got 3, and Valley View will have a first down.
48-yard line, that's good for a Blazer.
Spot the ball at the 48 and give Valley View a fresh set of downs. Blazers going tempo with no huddle. Harmon is off to the left. Turley rolling near side off the quick snap. Being pressed from behind. Pushes it forward and looks like he'll lose about a yard or a half yard. Be a 1 yard loss for Turley as Camden Fairview did a nice job of flushing him out of the pocket and just the walls closing in pretty quickly on Carson Turley that time. 2nd and 11 for Valley View. From its own 47, 5:30 remaining in the first period. Blazers send 2 receivers to each side. Wilson and Smith on the right. Give to Caldwell. Caldwell finds some room across the middle, and he is close to first down yardage on the Fairview side of the 50. Stopped at about the 42-yard line. We'll see if he got enough to move the chains. If not, he'll be very close.
Ball's placed at the...
They're yet to set the marker over there. Now it looks like it'll be 3rd and less than a yard
3rd down, short.
For Valley View from the 42-yard line. 2 receivers wide left and right. Turley out of the gun. Caldwell on his right hip. Give to Caldwell. Caldwell should have the first down as he crosses the 40 and pushes the pile forward to about the 39. And that'll move the chains once again for Valley View. That was the 5th play of the drive, which started at the 37. The ball now resting at the Camden Fairview 39 with 4:54 to play in this fast-moving first period. Blazers will send 3 receivers to the left. They are Wilson, Starks, and Harmon. Actually, Harmon is to the near side, or Wilson to the near side. Looking for him on the fly pattern. He's got it. Touchdown, Valley View. Mark Wilson with the catch on the fly pattern down the near sideline. The Blazers are on the board from 39 yards out.
Mark Wilson on the reception to the end zone.
Score coming with 4:35 to play in the first. A 39-yard pass from Turley to Mark Wilson. Extra point kick pending here for Brody Dix out of the hold of Bo Smith. Here's the snap. Kick is in the air. It's on the way, and it is good. Right down the middle. 4:35 to play. Valley View leads at 7-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Best savings anywhere at First National Bank. For a limited time only, a 13-month CD special at 4.03 annual percentage yield. You can visit fnbank.net/specials to rate today. Also available by visiting any of our 23 locations in Arkansas and Tennessee. 13 months, 4.03 APY at First National Bank. Offer valid as of November 17, 2022. Rate subject to change. Valid at all locations. $1,000 minimum to open. Penalty for early withdrawal. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Blazers are on the board, courtesy of a 5-play, 63-yard scoring drive, capped off by Carson Turley's 39-yard pass to Mark Wilson. Wilson just on a go pattern right down the near sideline, and Turley hit him in stride on a beautiful pass, and Valley View has the 7-0 lead. Here's Brody Dix's pooch kick. It'll be gathered in and caught at about the 37-yard line. A short return for Fairview by Jalen Goodwin up to about the 41-yard line. Tackle made by Nico Mata for Valley View.
6-yard line, first down, Cardinals.
And Fairview starting at its own 41 on the near hash as they move from left to right. Fairview in their white road jerseys with red pants, white helmets, red numbers, and trim. Valley View in all blue tonight except for the white helmets. Cardinals send 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver is lonesome left. Thomas gives it off to Lamford, the running back. He's met in the backfield, struggled to get back to the line of scrimmage, and looks like it'll be a loss of about 1 yard. Actually, that was Alsabrook on the carry. And it's a loss of 1 for the Cardinals.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up second down, 11.
A little over 4 minutes to play here in the first period. 3 receivers right, 1 to the near side for Camden Fairview. Martavius Thomas looks to the sideline, working out of the gun. And he's back to throw. Gets protection, fires, receiver in the slot, gets into the open, and has the first down for Fairview as he crosses the 50. That was Jamarian Hobson on the catch to move the chains for Camden. And it's a fresh set of downs at the Valley View 47. 3 receivers wide right. 1 to the near side. Martavius Thomas rolling right, pressured from the backside, fires to the sideline, and that pass is incomplete.
Pass intended for Jarvis Reed falls incomplete.
Jarvis Reed was the intended target. DeQuan Galloway defending for the Blazers. So it's 2nd and 10 for Camden Fairview from the Valley View 47 with 3:24 to play in the first period. Blazers up 7-0. 2 receivers to the left and right for Camden. Martavius Thomas with Langford as the running back on his hip. They'll bring a receiver in motion, give it to him on the fly sweep to the far side. He's met right after he crossed the line of scrimmage and chopped down right there. Haygood on the carry for about 1 yard. And it's 3rd and 9 for Fairview from the Valley View 46. 3:07 to play in the period. 2 receivers to the left and right. Carson Winters making that tackle for Valley View. Martavius Thomas out of the gun. Back to throw. He's pressured. Still evading pressure. He goes down. He's sacked all the way back at the 39-yard line. He did a great job for a while of staying away from the Valley View defenders who got great penetration, but they finally caught up to him. I believe it was Carson Winters who got there first, and it's now going to be a sack all the way back to the Camden Fairview side of the field at about the 36 or 37-yard line. That is a huge loss for Camden, and now they'll have to punt as Narsa Khan will be standing at about his own 22. I believe that's Galloway back to return for the Blazers, standing at his own 35. Just inside the left hash. Low snap, gets away from him. It's up for grabs. He picks it up on the run, being chased and tackled at the 16-yard line. Valley View will have the ball inside the red zone starting at about the 16 or 17-yard line. Jet Bradshaw making the tackle for Valley View on the Fairview punter. And things going well right now for the blue and gold. Valley View will have the ball in excellent field position. They're going to spot it at the 17. 2:37 to play in the first period. Carson Turley brings his offense onto the field. He'll send Harmon and Starks to the left. Mark Wilson to the near side. Turley out of the gun, gives it to Caldwell. Caldwell gets a good surge over the right side and pushes it forward for about 3 or 4, it looks like. We'll see where they spot the ball.
On the carry, brought down by a flock of Cardinals.
Spotted at the 14, it's a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 from there, 2:17 to play in the opening frame. Blazers leading 7-0, trying to build on to the lead. 2 receivers to the left, Mark Wilson to the right. Turley out of the gun. Keeps it, fires over the middle, catch made, touchdown Valley View. TJ Starks makes the catch, and the Blazers have their second score of the game already. That one from 14 yards out. That play, 2 plays, 17 yards, or that drive rather. We now await the extra point kick for Brody Dix. Bo Smith is the holder. Here's the snap, the place, kick is in the air, and it is right down the middle. 2 minutes to play in the first period. It's a good start for the home team. Valley View leads it 14-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy it, Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
We're back at Central Dealership Stadium. 2 minutes left to play first period, and the Blazers have a 2-touchdown lead. It's 14-0. Valley View able to take advantage of the bad snap on the Camden Fairview punt. They got the ball at the 17-yard line, needed 2 plays to find the end zone. Here's a short kick. They'll be fielded by Fairview, and a short return. They'll start at about the 38-yard line after the short return by Jalen Goodwin.
Ryder Rutledge on the stop.
Ryder Rutledge making the tackle for the Valley View Special Teams unit on good coverage there. And Fairview will start at the 39. 1:53 to play first quarter. It's a 14-0 lead for Valley View. Again, Fairview starting at its own 39. 1 receiver off to the right, 2 to the near side. That's Jarvis Reed off to the right. Haygood will motion right side, and they give it off to the running back. That's Alsabrook, I believe. He's met at the line of scrimmage. And looks like a get forward progress. They're going to give him a better spot than I expected. They'll count that as about a 3-yard gain. Sure looked like it. The Blazers had him stop further back. Ball will be at the 42-yard line, just shy of the 42. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Backs in the pistol. Martavius Thomas back to throw. He's got time. Looking on the fly pattern. He's got a wide open receiver over there, and he is off to the races and will outrun Valley View to the end zone. Jarvis Reed got free again on the far side, and just like that, Camden Fairview is on the board as they answer. And they will line up for the extra point here. Narsa Khan is the kicker for Camden Fairview. 1:11 to play in the first period. Khan's kick is right down the middle. So with 1:11 to play, the Cardinals are now on the board. It's 14-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Welcome Dr. Asa Schneickel. Dr. Schneickel is an A-State alum and is Northeast Arkansas's only joint revision surgeon, specializing in several forms of joint replacement. He joins the Jonesboro Sports and Orthopedics team with more than 40 years experience in getting you back in the game. So if you have a sports injury, just some nagging aches, or even need help with concussion management, call JOSM at 932-1820 to schedule an appointment. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
We are back at Central Dealership Stadium. Camden Fairview getting in on the scoring act. They needed only 2 plays to cover a 61-yard drive, capped off by the 60-yard pass from Artavius Thomas to Jarvis Reed. Extra point kick by Narsicom was good. We now await his kickoff to Valley View as he has it teed up on the left hash at the 40-yard line. Still 1:11 to play here at an action-packed first period. Kick will be gathered in at about the 6-yard line by Galloway, I believe, and Galloway dances across the 35. Flag goes down just as he was being tackled.
Galloway on the return.
Pushed him out of bounds at about the 36 or 37-yard line. Now we'll see what the marker is about. 1 minute, 1 second left here in the first period as the officials confer with each other. Got 3 of them in on this discussion. Flag thrown right in front of the Valley View sideline.
Here's the return. Personal foul. Face mask.
And that'll be a face mask penalty against Camden Fairview. It's a personal foul, so that'll give Valley View an extra 15 yards tacked on to the end of the return as we await that step off. This Fairview team's already been hit with several penalties. That's at least the 4th penalty against Camden Fairview here in the first quarter. So the ball moves the forward to the Blazer 43-yard line on the right hash. Trip receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Give it to Turley. Actually, Turley keeps it rolling left side, fires on the sideline looking for Wilson, but that ball was beyond his reach. It'll fall incomplete, and it brings up 2nd down for Valley View. 52 seconds remaining in the period. Again, the ball on the right hash at the 43-yard line. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Starks and Wilson on the near side. I believe that's Harmon, lonesome left. Turley out of the gun. Gives it to Caldwell. Caldwell running straight ahead and crosses the 50 on a good burst through the middle. He's close to first down yardage. Looks like he may be about a yard shy on the mark. They'll mark him about 2 yards shy. Spot the ball at the 49. It'll bring up 3rd and 2 for Valley View with 33 seconds left on a ticking clock. For the Blazers, the ball on the right hash at the Camden Fairview 49. Blazers going with the jumbo package. McMullen is the running back. Give to McMullen. McMullen's got a hole, he jumps through and still pushing the pile forward. McMullen being tough to tackle. He's inside the 40. Give Valley View a first down at the 39-yard line of Camden Fairview. Great blocking there by the offensive line, the right side of that offensive line. Those guys have done yeoman's work all season. And in my 9 years of broadcasting Valley View football, this is one of the best offensive lines that John Cockrell's had. That tackle was made by Dijon Wesley for Camden Fairview. First down for Valley View at the 39, and that was the last snap of the first period. So at the end of 1, we've got a good one going. Valley View leads Camden Fairview 14-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Family here. Did every July 4th here? We finished the floors here twice. Sized up your daughter's boyfriends here? Waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again, in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
We're back at Central Dealership Stadium. 1 period in the books. An action-packed first period sees Valley View leading Camden Fairview 14-7 as we get set to start the second quarter. Valley View will have the ball at the Fairview 39-yard line, snapping it from the right hash. They'll stay in the jumbo package. I believe that's McMullen still in at running back. Turley goes under center and gives it to McMullen. McMullen caught this time at the line of scrimmage, and they'll throw him back. We'll see what kind of forward progress they give him. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, so probably no gain, but we'll see. It is no gain. Keldrick Cross making the stop for the Cardinals. And it's 2nd and 10 from the 39. Harmon and TJ Stark split wide left for Valley View. Two receivers off to the right. I believe that's Smith and Wilson. Turley back to throw. Sets up, fires over the middle, incomplete. Well defended. There's a flag, and that may be pass interference against Camden Fairview. I believe Jackson Harmon, he was the intended target there, and got bumped a little too hard and aggressively. Michael Griffin may have been the guilty party for Fairview, if it is indeed pass interference, and that is the call. So that'll give Valley View 15 yards. Further downfield with 11:18 to play here in the first half. Valley View leading 14-7. Moves the ball forward to the 24-yard line on the right hash. Harmon is split wide left for Valley View. Three receivers off to the right. Turley on the late pitch to Caldwell. Caldwell caught from behind, got back to the line of scrimmage maybe, and well defended that time by Fairview. They showed their good lateral speed there to make sure Caldwell didn't get the edge the way he did last week in that big touchdown run against Farmington. So it brings up 2nd and 10 from the 24 with 10:55 to play in the first half. Three receivers to the right for Valley View. Harmon is split wide near side. Turley out of the gun on 2nd and 10. Give it to Caldwell. Caldwell, big hole up the middle. He's at the 5. He will score. Slade Caldwell bursts through the middle and puts Valley View on the board for the 3rd time tonight. A 24-yard run from Slade Caldwell, and again, a great job by that Blazer offensive line. But once Caldwell hit the seam, he accelerated through it and found the end zone. Extra point kick pending here for Brody Dix. Bo Smith is the holder. And we've got whistles and flags just as the ball is snapped. So see what we have here. That's going to be an encroachment offsides penalty against Fairview. So that'll move the ball forward. We'll see if Sean Cockrell will stay with the original plan of kicking it or perhaps going for 2. Looks like they'll keep the kicking unit out there as they move forward about 3 yards. Again, Bo Smith with the hold. Here's the snap. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 10:32 to play in the first half, the Blazers extend their lead by 2 touchdowns. It's now 21-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Any 2 for $5.99 each for carryout or $6.99 each for delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, salad, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The Mix and Match Special with any 2 for only $5.99 each for carryout or $6.99 each for delivery. Only at your Jonesboro area Domino's Pizza locations.
Elite Eye Care has a new Jonesboro location that is now open at 2100 East Highland near the Old Indian Mall. Hey, it's Brandon Baxter, and the team at Elite Eye Care is who my family trusts for their personal eye care. Elite Eye Care specializes in eye care solutions for patients of all ages, and you can be assured that your family is cared for like their own. Schedule your appointment at EliteEyeCareandOptical.com or call 972-6040. Elite Eye Care at 2100 East Highland in Jonesboro and at 1515 West Kings Highway in Paragould. Elite Eye Care, your vision is our focus.
A few years ago, a friend of mine was going to town to have lunch with the president of a college that he supported. He was stopped for speeding, and the trooper asked for his driver's license, and Jim said, "I don't have my driver's license. We're in my billfold at home." The trooper asked why his billfold.
Okay. Did that fix it, Abby? Not sure if we're back or not. Camden Fairview with the football. They were able to get a big return. They're inside Valley View territory as we return to play. Apologize for the technical issues. Here's a running play to the near side that gets run out of bounds with Alsabrook at about the 18-yard line. Chase Mormon making the tackle for Valley View. 10:09 to play. Fairview will have a 2nd and 1 from the Blazer 18-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for the Cardinals. And Quarterback Thomas running left, able to turn the corner and get the edge. He's got the first down, run out of bounds. Looks like around the 10-yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
10-yard line brings up first down, goal.
Right at the 10, it looks like, so it's first and goal for Fairview from there. Jarvis Reed split wide to the near side. Blazers have had trouble containing him tonight. Here's a running play to Langford. Langford running left and strung out. Maybe picked up a positive gain of 1 or 2 over on the far side. That was Alsabrook on the carry, rather.
Brought down by Laird Cullen.
Laird Cullen making the tackle from his safety spot. Second and goal from the 8-yard line, we'll call it. Ball on the left hash. Reed split wide right, one receiver to the left. Looked like there may have been some movement up front, but no flags. Thomas looking to the Cardinal sideline. Now he's back behind center and gives it off to Alsabrook. Alsabrook able to slip the first tackle. He's inside the 5. Caught at around the 3, it would appear, over on the far side. It'll bring up third and goal for Fairview. Jay Mormon making the tackle.
Third down, goal.
Ball's at the 4-yard line. Third and goal from there. Reed again split wide right, one receiver to the left. Again, Thomas steps away and looks to the sideline. Alsabrook is his running back. He'll shift to his left hip now. They give it to Alsabrook. Alsabrook stutter steps and met near the line of scrimmage. Not going to be much of a gain, if any, there, as the Blazer defense snuffed it out. It's no game. Tackle made by Carson Winters. There's also a marker down on that play, apparently. And it looks like that's going to go against Fairview. Possibly false start. We'll see. Still hadn't really gotten a, okay. It's a legal formation against Fairview, so that'll move the ball back to about the 9-yard line. And it's third and goal from there for Camden Fairview. Again, Reed is split wide right, 2 receivers this time to the left. Alsabrook, the running back, on Martavius Thomas's right hip. They'll give it on a, nope, he keeps it running left, and he'll score as he breaks out of the second tackle and into the end zone. And Martavius Thomas, dangerous quarterback, with a 9-yard keeper, gets Camden Fairview's back on the board. That score coming with 8:24 to play in the half. As we await Narsa Khan's extra point kick for the Cardinals. Kick is good. So with 8:24 to play in the half, it's now 21-14. Valley View with the lead. We'll return in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Branch in Jonesboro is now open. The drive-thru is an MVP center with live video tellers 7 to 7 weekdays and 9 to noon on Saturdays. So in addition to our beautiful bank on Highland, you can also visit our new branch at the corner of Southwest Drive and Parker. More MVPs, more ATMs, more me banking at Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Back here at Central Dealership Stadium, Camden Fairview that time able to use a short field due to a big kickoff return. They covered 25 yards approximately in 5 plays, capped off by the 9-yard run by quarterback Martavius Thomas. And here's Narsa Khan's kick for Camden Fairview. It will be gathered in about the 4-yard line for Daquan Galloway. And Galloway trying to run out of the scrum, unable to do so. They'll catch him at about the 17 or the 18-yard line. So with 8:14 to play, Valley View will get it back, starting inside its 20 this time. Spotted at the 19. Mills leading Shiloh, or actually Shiloh leading Mills 21-14 in that other 5A quarterfinal matchup. Here come the Blazers with two receivers to the right and left. Turley out of the gun. Caldwell, the running back, on his left hip. He's back to throw. Now he's going to tuck and run. He's got some open field. He's across the 25, the 30, and finally up into about the 34-yard line. And that'll move the chains for Valley View with a nice run by the junior quarterback.
But not before another Blazer. Ball placed at the 35-yard line.
Spot the ball at the 35. First down for Valley View. 8 minutes to play in the half. Blazers lead 21-14. Two receivers to the right. Jackson Harmon split wide left. Turley again out of the gun. Gives it to Caldwell. Caldwell tries the middle and pushes the pile forward for about 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 37 of Valley View. 7:34 to play until halftime. Caleb Smith making the tackle for the Cardinals. Blazers send two receivers wide to each side once again. Turley gives it on the delayed draw to Caldwell, and Caldwell met at the line of scrimmage and thrown back. Looks like forward progress will get him back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. Darrell King making the tackle for Camden Fairview that time. It sets up a 3rd and 8 for Valley View. From the Blazer 37. 6:57 to play in the half. Three receivers to the right, including Mark Wilson as the outside man. Jackson Harmon goes lonesome left. Now Caldwell motions out as a receiver to the near side, and Turley's back to throw out of the empty backfield. Now he's flush, going to tuck and run, and will be run out of bounds, shy of the marker by about 3 yards.
Carson Turley on the keeper, knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Jarvis Reed making the tackle for Camden Fairview, and Turley will drop back into front punt formation. It'll be 4th and 2, ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Camden Fairview, for now, has no one back to return. The deepest guy is at about the 45-yard line. So Turley gets the kick away. It'll go out of bounds on a short kick right at the 35-yard line, it appears.
Punt rolls out of bounds at the 39-yard line. First down, Cardinals.
They're going to spot it at the 39, it appears. And Fairview will snap from the left hash. 6:27 to play in the half. Valley View leads 21-14. Cardinals send two receivers wide left and right. Thomas approached the line of scrimmage like he was going to go under center initially, and then he backs up into the shotgun. He'll give it off on the delayed draw to Alsabrook, and he's caught for a short gain of about 3 yards up to the 37. Tackle made by Carson Winters.
Gain of 3 on the play brings up 2nd down, 7.
Brings up a 2nd and 7 from the Camden Fairview 42. 6:07 to play in the half. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Thomas again looks to the sideline. Now Alsabrook will motion out to the left as a receiver. 5 seconds left on the snap clock. Here's the snap. Quarterback flushed, and now he tucks it up, still stays on his feet and stumbles forward for a gain up to about the 47-yard line. Thomas again showing his athletic ability right there. Brings up a 3rd and 2 for Fairview at the Valley View, or at the Fairview 47. 5:20 to play in the half. Two receivers right and one to the left. Now Alsabrook shifts to the right as the running back. He'll get the carry over the left side. He's into the secondary, has the first down, and finally caught at the Blazer 40-yard line. A nice run by Alsabrook to move the chains for Camden Fairview. He'll be at the Blazer 41 with 4:52 to play as Fairview able to keep the drive alive. They'll send 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Jarvis Reed is split to the near sideline. Haygood motions left. They'll show it to him. Thomas keeps it, hurdles a man, but unable to avoid the second wave and goes down, caught by Dedrick Barnes for Valley View, and that'll be a loss of 1 for Camden Fairview. Laird Cullen also in on the tackle. Brings up 2nd and 11 for Camden Fairview from the Valley View 42. 4:20 to play in the first half. Blazers leading 21-14. 2 receivers to the right for Fairview, and now 2 to the left as Alsabrook lines up as a receiver in the slot to the left. Empty backfield for Martavius Thomas. He's back to throw. Here comes the push, being chased by LaJavian Irvin. He'll run right and then step out of bounds, and that'll be another loss of yards for Fairview as Brian Huff and LaJavian Irvin combined to make that stop for Valley View. A loss back to the 45 for the Cardinals brings up 3rd and 14. 3:42 to play in the half. Blazers up by a score. It's 21-14. Now Alsabrook will check out of the game. Reed split wide right. 3 receivers bunched in tight to the left. Alsabrook back to throw, rather Thomas back to throw. Here comes pressure, being flushed. Fires downfield, catches incomplete. But the pass is incomplete. And they might have got away with a hold or a clip back here. But now it'll be a 4th and 14 for Camden Fairview. And we'll see what they do. The ball is at the Valley View 44-yard line. They're showing go. They're going to go for it, it appears. 3:12 to play. Trips left. Jarvis Reed split wide to the near side. Now they go pistol. And now they will quick kick it. And Valley View's got nobody back for the return. And that ball is going to roll out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. That couldn't have worked out better for Camden Fairview. And Valley View will start from within the shadow of its own end zone here with 3 minutes and 1 second left to play in the first half. So again, the ball will be at the 3-yard line on the left hash. Blazers moving from right to left toward the north end zone here at Central Dealership Stadium. As Turley leads his offense onto the field. Main thing here, this deep and close to your own end zone, is just protect the football. 3 receivers to the right, Wilson, Starks, and Smith. Hampton is split wide to the near side. Turley in the gun, working out of his own end zone. Sets up, fires over the middle, got Hampton. This looks familiar. Hampton is at midfield. He's at the 50-yard line. And finally tackled this time at about the 36-yard line. And as Yogi Berra would say, it's almost deja vu all over again. A late flag well after the play was dead, so we'll see what that's about. But that was very similar to the play against for the Valley View last week, in which they scored on the winning touchdown. Fairview celebrating. This penalty may go against Valley View. It's just a sideline warning, so nothing too serious there. And the Blazers will have the football with a first down at the Fairview 36-yard line, 2:50 to play in the half. As once again, Carson Turley and Jackson Harmon hook up for a big pass play. Blazers with trips to the right, Harmon to the near side. Turley out of the gun. The give to Caldwell. Caldwell fights forward for 1, maybe 2 before he's met and thrown back.
On the carry, Darrell King on the stop, gain of 2 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 8.
Give him a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Blazers with the ball at the Fairview 34-yard line. 2:19 to play in the half. Darrell King making the tackle for Camden Fairview. Two receivers to the right. Harmon is split lonesome left. Turley back to throw, looking for Harmon. That ball is tipped and falls incomplete. Well, that was dangerously close to being intercepted.
Third down, 8.
Jabari Spencer providing pressure there for Camden Fairview on Carson Turley. This is going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for Valley View from the Cardinal 34-yard line. 1:53 to play in the half. They'll go jumbo. LaJavian Irvin is the running back this time for Valley View. Turley under center. Pitch out to Irvin. He's going to throw a pass. Looking downfield. Ball is incomplete. Intended target there for Valley View was TJ. Actually, it was Cal Richardson, but couldn't quite get it there, and now it's 4th down with a ball at the 34. This will be the 5th play of the drive coming up. Clock stopped with 1:46 to play, and now Valley View will take the timeout to discuss it. So 1:46 to play in the half. Valley View leading Camden Fairview 21-14. Back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Valley View High School Athletics is brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the road for a trip across country or across town, drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo Tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Paragould and Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
1:46 left to play here in the first half as we welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium. Valley View facing a 4th and 8 from the Camden Fairview 34. Blazers leading 21-14 here late in the first half. 2 receivers to the right and left. Turley out of the gun, call ball on his right hip. He'll bring a motion man. Turley to throw, looking over the middle for Wilson, unable to make the catch, and Valley View turns it over on downs. So the Blazers unable to capitalize from the good field position after the big pass play to Jackson Harmon. And Fairview will get the ball back at their own 34 with 1:38 to play in the half. Jarvis Reed. And Hobson split wide to the near side. They've got 3 receivers off to the left. Empty backfield for Martavius Thomas. Got the snap, pump fakes. Now he's going to run right. And he'll be run out of bounds after a gain up to about the 38 or the 39-yard line. On the keeper for Thomas. That'll stop the clock as he steps out of bounds with 1:30 to play in the half. And brings up a 2nd and 6 for Fairview. Brian Huff ran him out of bounds. Cardinals with 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Again, an empty backfield for Thomas. Thomas rolling left. Fires downfield. Catch made by Alsabrook out of the backfield. He's got a first down for Fairview inside Valley View territory at about the 44-yard line.
Ball placed at the Valley View 45-yard line. First down.
Spotted at the 45. That's a fresh set of downs for Fairview with 1:19 to play in the half. Cardinals with 3 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Once again, it's an empty backfield for Martavius Thomas. He's back to throw. Got plenty of time, now runs back, reverses direction. Now he fires downfield. He's got an open receiver. That's Reed. And Reed at the 10-yard line, run out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line by Laird Cullen and Jay Mormon. So Thomas showing his athletic ability, just scrambling all over the field and able to find an open receiver and get the throw off, and it's ball will be spotted at the 8, it looks like. It's first and goal for Fairview with 46 seconds left in the period. Camden trying to tie the game up here before halftime. Reed split wide right, one receiver to the left. Give it off to Alsabrook. Alsabrook met at the line of scrimmage and thrown back. We'll see if they give him any forward progress. It doesn't look like he got it. Carson Winters making the stop for the Blazers. And now Camden Fairview will stop the clock with a timeout. So with 38 seconds left to play in the half, there's a break in the action. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Valley View leads Fairview 21-14 on the EAB Sports Network.
A-State football and the Social Jonesboro are the perfect winning combination for game day. The Social has an amazing, delicious, fantastic, and tasty menu that goes perfect for pre or post game. Plus, the official Red Wolves away game watch party takes place at the Social. What we're saying is, it does not get any better than the Social on Red Wolves game day. The name says it all. Get social at the Social and get ready to howl with fellow A-State Red Wolves fans on every game day. The Social at Greensboro Village in Jonesboro.
38 seconds left to play in the first half, so we welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium. Valley View leading 21-14, but Fairview knocking at the door. They face a second and goal from the Valley View 9 as we return to play out of the Cardinal timeout. They'll send two receivers wide right. One of them is Jarvis Reed. Two receivers to left. Reed has been a thorn in Valley View's side for most of this first half. They'll motion one receiver to the opposite side. Ball is on the ground, and I think Valley View's got it back. They do.
Recovered by Jamarian Davis.
Jamarian Davis, the backup nose guard, recovering the fumble for Valley View as the Blazers force the turnover, and now we'll get the ball back at the 14-yard line. So that's a huge break for the Blazers. And a big play by Jamarian Davis and the Blazer defense with 35 seconds left here in the first half. Davis is not a very big guy. He's only about 180 pounds playing nose guard, but he is very agile and quick, and he showed it right there. Blazers will just take a knee here, and that may have been the last snap of the first half. And Sean Cockrell content to go to the locker room, leading this dangerous Camden Fairview team by a touchdown. 21-14. Yep, Valley View will not have to snap the ball again. So that was the last play of the half as we just let the clock wind down now at 5 seconds, and the Blazers will go to the locker room leading Camden Fairview 21-14. So with 2 quarters in the books, that is your halftime score. We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout. We'll have the Cabin Auto Group halftime report coming up. We'll speak at halftime with Valley View former basketball coach and current Dean of Students Jason Manchester in our halftime report. We'll return in 2 minutes on the EAB Sports Network.
On FM News Talk 102.1 and KBTM AM 1230 Jonesboro.
This is Bob Moore with Moore Air Conditioning. Is your HVAC system ready for fall and winter? Find out today with the Moore Super Checkup. Prevent unexpected breakdowns while extending the life of your system. Whether you need a heating or cooling inspection, we cover it all for just $54 for 54 years serving you. Call Moore Air Conditioning today, a Google guaranteed HVAC company. 870-336-2023. Or visit us at moreac.com.
Kids grow up so fast, and so has the Arkansas Children's Hospital Jonesboro Clinic. This is our clinic's 10th year of creating healthier tomorrows for the kids in Northeast Arkansas. There's no need to cross the river or hit the highway for your cardiology or diabetes needs. Road trips are for fun, not for health care. The team at Arkansas Children's Hospital Jonesboro Clinic is celebrating by doing what we always do, giving your kids more time to be kids. Learn more at archildrens.org/Jonesboro.
Ship anything, anywhere. #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Bring anything to Pack Mail, and they'll pack it, ship it, crate it, freight it, no matter how big, fragile, or awkwardly shaped. Since 1998, Pack Mail has been your #1 shipping source, the only authorized shipper of all the major carriers. UPS, FedEx, DHL, the Postal Service, and Freight Services all in one store. At Pack Mail, you have choices. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
Trey, we are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations, and our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office and then FedEx or all the way out to the UPS terminal and then get that international shipment to DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Packmail.
See, I told you, Packmail ships anything, anywhere, through any shipper. Packmail, voted the #1 printing, packaging, and shipping store in Jonesboro. Don't trust your shipping needs to just anybody. Trust Packmail. 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere, today at Packmail.
We are back at Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Meyer is under the headset as we welcome you into our Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime report, brought to you by the Kavanaugh Auto Group. To see their complete inventory from the comfort of your home, log on to KavanaughCars.com. At the break, Valley View hanging on to a 7-point halftime lead here against this very good and dangerous Camden Fairview team. 21-14 is our halftime score as we recap scoring from the first two quarters. Valley View got on the board first with a 39-yard pass from Carson Turley to Mark Wilson. The extra point kick by Brody Dix was good. That was a 5-play, 63-yard drive that had the Blazers on top 7-0. Again, that score coming at the 4:35 mark of the first period. Valley View would score again just over 2.5 minutes later at the 2-minute mark of the first period as Turley hooked up this time on a 14-yard pass to T.J. Starks. The drive covering 17 yards in 2 plays. It was set up by a bad snap on a punt attempt by Camden Fairview that Valley View was able to snuff out and get the ball back on a short field. So after that score on the 14-yard pass from Turley to Starks, Valley View led 14-0. Camden Fairview would waste little time in responding as they got on the board with 1:11 to play in the first period on a 60-yard pass from Martavius Thomas to Jarvis Reed. The extra point kick by Narsa Khan was good. That was a 2-play, 61-yard drive for the Cardinals. Made the score 14-7 with Valley View leading, and that was the score at the end of the first period. Valley View would get on the board again early in the second quarter on a 24-yard run from Slade Cobble. The extra point kick good. That drive covered 57 yards in 6 plays for the Blazers and put Valley View up 21-7, but Camden Fairview would respond with 8:24 to play in the half on a 9-yard run by Martavius Thomas. That was a 5-play, 25-yard scoring drive, and Camden Fairview pulling within 21-14, and that's where we stand at the break. We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout. When we return, we'll visit with former Valley View boys head basketball coach and current dean of students Jason Manchester after this 2-minute break on the EAB Sports Network.
What the season, it's always a great time to go to Wings to Go. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whether it's wrestling, whether it's anything, the wings, the salads, the hamburgers, everything they have at Wings to Go is always flavorful and it's always ready. All that has to happen is you come down and enjoy them.
Happy winging from Wings to Go.
Save $80 on the spot at Plaza Tire Service when you purchase 4 in-stock Nokia 1 tires. That's instant savings right now at Plaza Tire Service. No forms to complete, no waiting for a card in the mail. Plus, you can make the purchase easy on your wallet with a Plaza Tire Service credit card.
The strength of America.
6 months deferred interest on purchases over $140 or one of our no credit needed financing solutions. For a limited time, save $80 instantly on 4 in-stock Nokia 1 tires for your car. Exclusively at Plaza Tire Service.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding you're better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The holidays are here, and American-Made General Store is the place to shop for one-of-a-kind gift items. Come in today and get your new shipment of Greenwich-based soaps, Wine River wind chimes, Rada knife sets, and Stay Put pillows. The name says it all. Everything you see in our store is manufactured in America. We have over 5,000 American-made products from almost every state. So come find that unique and perfect gift for everyone this Christmas at American-Made General Store. Shop one of our locations in Pocahontas, Brooklyn, Rogersville, and Conway.
we welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Myers under the headset. Halftime here with Valley View leading 21-14 against Camden Fairview, joined now by Valley View's current Dean of Students, former boys head basketball coach Jason Manchester. Coach, it's an exciting time to be a Blazer fan right now.
Well, there's no doubt. Great evening here on a chilly night watching Coach Cocker and his Blazers represent Valley View. And what an outstanding game. So, I thought it might be hard to match last week, but maybe on the way to do that again. So, very exciting. Got a great crowd tonight. I was a little worried with being chilly and stuff, but you look there, it's a packed house. So, exciting first half, and looking forward to the second half.
So, just kind of talk about your new duties. Of course, you stepped aside as head basketball coach, now full-time Dean of Students. You're also no longer coaching tennis. What's life been like for you after these changes?
Well, it has been a great change of scenery, so to speak. I've been the Dean of Students now for 7 years. I was doing both, and just to be honest with you, it's kind of wearing on me. Yeah. And I need to spend more time on the administrative side and be able to watch my own son. So I really enjoyed just kind of being just the Dean of Students, handling discipline there at the high school, 10 through 12, with a great administrative staff, working with Miss Crystal Klein, the principal. She's the best in the world. Along with our new assistant principal, who used to be my assistant basketball coach a long time ago, Jacob Anderson. So it's a great time to be a Blazer, especially at the high school.
Well, I know one of the reasons that you decided to put your coaching duties aside and I guess retire from that part of your job was in order for you to be able to just spend more personal time and more time with your family, and that includes, of course, watching your son Max play, who's a member of the junior high basketball team.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I think I played, 4 games so far. The junior high's been able to play. And it's so much easier just sit in the stands and just kind of sit back and watch him and enjoy it. I've coached him in AAU and done other things like that. And he's developing into a pretty decent little player. And I want him to be able to do that journey without having to worry about me and just be his dad. Like I said, I've been coaching for 24 years. I've spent 22 over here at Valley View. So it was time. I'm now looking forward to watching some of those young guys like Coach Campbell for him to start his journey. I know he's excited and nervous at the same time, but I've got all faith in him in the world, and looking forward to watching him.
But speaking of Lane Campbell, he's in a kind of a odd, precarious situation right now because he's only got 6 players in camp. He's going to get I think about 10 or 12 guys or somewhere in that neighborhood number from this football team. So right now, he's barely got enough. Really doesn't even have enough to scrimmage. I'm not sure if he's getting some junior high kids to help him out there or what. But he's scheduled right now to play his first game Monday night against a very good Manila team here at Blazer Arena. Of course, the outcome of whether or not that game happens or not will depend on whether or not Valley View wins or loses here tonight. We kind of hope it doesn't happen, really.
Well, that's something Coach Campbell and I talked about even this week. Last year we kind of did the same thing. They got beat on a Friday night. We ended up going to Green County Tech and playing on a Monday night and got beat, I think, in overtime, if I'm not correct, but played really, really well. But the difference, I told him that, he, along with the fans here, we had to be a little bit more patient just because I've been there 22 years. And when it came to me, there were some, basics that those guys already knew just from me being in our program for 22 years. He's going to do some different things with them, which, he needs to do. It won't look great for him early, maybe, but one thing I know about Coach Campbell, one thing I've always been impressed with him is the fact his kids are going to play hard. There's no doubt about that. He's going to get every ounce he can get out of them. So that's what I told him. I said, just concentrate on getting them to play hard right now. Don't get caught up in the X's and O's right now. You'll get that later. Right now, just establish how hard you want them to play. So he'll do that. I promise you. That first practice, the first days, he'll be able to establish how hard he wants them to go.
Has he, with him being, it was obviously very successful 2 years here as a junior high head coach, but senior high is a different level, and it's a different animal. Has he come to you a lot, for guidance or for mentorship, for lack of a better way of putting it?
Well, I don't know how good you know Randy just yet, Lane, or Lane yet, Randy, but he's going to wear you out, and I love that about him. He's a junkie, and he and I talk, got a really good relationship. But I also told him, don't do things I've done, because I messed up a lot of things over 23 years. I did some things right, but I messed up some things as well. Yeah. So he needs to put his own spin on it. He'll mess up some things himself. Even my 24th year, I was still messing up things. So, but for him, what I like about him is he's willing to learn, he's willing to listen, and like I said, the bottom line of coaching is, do you care about kids, and or are you going to get everything out of them? And he's going to do that. So I'm looking forward to him. I know he's nervous. He's got to be, he's not sleeping very well right now. But hey, I told him that I'm sleeping great. But I know he's going to, have that nervous energy. But he just needs the game to start, so some of that goes away.
All right. Coach, we appreciate the visit. Thank you so much. Good to catch up with you. Enjoy the second half.
Well, I appreciate it, Randy. Appreciate everything you've done for Valley View Sports, and just look forward to watching this next half. And well, hopefully our football guys can continue and move on to the semifinals next week.
All right, thank you, Coach. That's Coach Jason Manchester. We'll step aside for a 3-minute timeout and back with more from Central Dealership Stadium after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Hello, I'm estate planning another level. Today, I hear clients tell me that the only thing golden about the golden years is that it takes all the gold to grow old. Don't be a victim of rising healthcare and nursing home costs. Be prepared. Have a plan. Contact us today to find out how we help our clients protect and preserve assets for family and future generations. The Olden Law Firm, 603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, or visit us on the web at oldenlawfirm.com.
Now you can enjoy the great taste of Japan in downtown Jonesboro. Bamboo Japanese Cuisine has all your favorites, from steak and chicken to seafood and sushi. Bamboo also has house poke bowls, or you can build your own bowl. Bamboo Japanese Cuisine with hibachi, sushi, and seafood is open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and discounts are available for students. So stop by and dine in with us, or log on to bamboojapanesecuisine.com and like them on Facebook. Bamboo Japanese Cuisine on the corner of Main and Huntington in downtown Jonesboro.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document systems dealer in Jonesboro. That's right, since 1965, Forrest Office Machines has provided dependable office equipment and reliable service. We follow the equipment journey through all kinds of changes and developments, always on the cutting edge, whatever that is. And our partnership with Sharp Document Systems means we offer the very latest, most dependable equipment. And Forrest is the only office equipment dealer that when you need supplies, you can walk in our store and get it. When you need it fixed, you can call us.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment for business like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document system dealer at 1005 G Street in Jonesboro. 932-7852. 932-7852. Call Forrest Office Machines today.
Evolve Bank and Trust is now bringing full-service banking to Jonesboro. To celebrate, we're offering you $200 extra. Just open a new checking account with Evolve. Have at least 2 qualifying direct deposits of $500 or more within 90 days. Then we'll deposit $200 extra into your account. It's just that easy. Open a new Evolve checking account and receive an extra $200 in your account, plus free checks for a year. Restrictions apply. Visit getevolved.com/special promotion for more details, or come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. That's 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
We are back at Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Myers under the headset. Halftime rolls along as we continue with our Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime report. Valley View leading Camden Fairview 21-14 after 2 quarters of play, as we check in on some of the other playoff games that are underway across 5A. Of course, Wynn saw its season come to a close last night with a Thursday night playoff game at War Memorial Stadium following the Little Rock Parkview 42-0. So the Yellow Jackets in their season exiting the playoffs with a 9-3 mark. Batesville is in Little Rock tonight taking on Joe T. Robinson, and Mills is up in Northwest Arkansas at Shiloh Christian. Those are the only other teams that are still left and playing in 5A. We've got a few other Northeast Arkansas teams and other classifications that are playing tonight. Rivercrest is at home this evening against Star City. Pocahontas is playing host to Nashville this evening. Both of those games down in Class 4A. In 3A tonight, it's Newport at home against Quitman. That's a rematch against a conference foe. They played about a month ago with Newport winning 44-28. So we'll see if the Greyhounds can repeat their success against the Quitman Bulldogs tonight in the second round of the 3A playoffs. Meanwhile, also in 3A, the other football team from Camden, from Harmony Grove High School, is in Northeast Arkansas as well this evening. They're over at Osceola testing the Seminoles at Seminole Stadium. Down in 2A, 3 teams still alive locally. They include EPC, Mark Tree, and Earl. EPC is at home tonight against England. Mark Tree is at Hazen, and Earl is at Carlisle. And then down in 8-man football, the Rector Cougars are playing tonight at Mountain Pine in the 8-man playoff. So that's how it shapes up locally with the Northeast Arkansas teams that are still playing football going into tonight. We'll pause for a 3-minute timeout and back with more in a moment. You're listening to Blazer Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Like your space, catch up with Empower, delivered by Craighead Electric. Thanks to Empower, you don't have to wait for high-speed internet. Our new cutting-edge technology makes our services more reliable and faster than the competition. Call 870-336-0999 to check internet availability in your area. That's 870-336-0999. Empower, high-speed internet for your neck of the woods.
Whether you're replacing an old appliance or remodeling your whole kitchen, the appliances that you need are right around the corner with GE Appliances at Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro. Shop timeless designs and time-saving features on the appliances that are built to last in the busiest homes. Visit Tucker's.
Check. Yeah.
Upgrade your home your way.
Check. Okay.
And your local experts. Shop Tucker's Appliance today and save. Tucker's Appliance.
Your vehicle is a personal and important investment. At Central Collision Center, we're more than collision repair. We do everything from minor paint touch-ups and windshield replacements to framework. We're committed to customer satisfaction and provide the highest quality of service. At Central Collision Center, we provide honest and expert auto care and offer a written lifetime warranty and on-site rental car arrangements. Stop by or give us a call today to schedule your free estimate. Central Collision Center. Professional, convenient, reliable. Find Central Chevrolet on Stadium and online at centralcollisionctr.com.
25 years of memories, 25 years of smiles, opportunities, and friends. 25 years of community. Because of you, we've forged long-lasting partnerships that have made our communities better. We can all agree that a lot has changed in 25 years, but our promise to always be a true community bank remains the same. Our roots run deep. Our commitment to you runs deeper. We're celebrating 25 years of First Community Bank, and the best is yet to come. Community lender. Your medical needs are personal, and the way you manage those needs should be personal as well. The team at Southern Home Healthcare is local, knowledgeable, and courteous, giving you the customized care you and your family deserve. When facing breathing challenges, the on-staff respiratory therapists at Southern Home Healthcare provide support and guidance just for you, and you can sleep better with the help of their CPAP and BiPAP therapy. Plus, treat your strains, sprains, and pain with the help of Southern Home Healthcare's high-quality bracing devices. Go online to southernhomehealthjonesboro.com.
Pico Food says good luck to all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local communities and the state's agricultural producers. Learn more about Pico Foods' mission to support producers in Arkansas and Missouri by calling David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Craig Bird or John Taylor Hickman, 601-670-9383.
Back here at Central Dealership Stadium, Randy Myers under the headset as we continue along with our Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime report. Halftime winding down as we check in on, try to find a few local scores to share with you. It looks like Newport and Quitman over in that 3A game at Greyhound Field. That's a much closer and lower scoring game than it was the first time they played about a month ago. Quitman's up on Newport 14-12. That is a second quarter score in that game, and Osceola dominating Camden Harmony Grove at halftime over in Mississippi County. The Seminoles up on the Hornets 34-0 in that game. As we scroll through looking for some other Northeast Arkansas scores, Earl and Carlisle got a good one going. Carlisle leading Earl 28-26 at the halftime. Meanwhile, EPC leads England down in the AA playoffs over in Lepanto with EPC up 28-14 at the half. And Mark Tree down big against a very good Hazen team at halftime. The Indians trail Hazen 32-6 at the break. And also another 8-man score of semi-local interest. Izard County and Woodlawn are tied at 28. Meanwhile, Rector in the other 8-man playoff game trailing Mountain Pine 20-8. So a few scores there to share with you as we wind down halftime. Valley View is going to get the ball to begin the second half. The Blazers winning the pregame coin toss and deferring their option to the second half. The Blazers are on their sideline, and Camden Fairview gathering now over on the far side as well as their kickoff unit steps out onto the field. We're just about ready to get this second half underway with Valley View leading Camden Fairview 21-14. after a very entertaining first half. Blazers able to get touchdown passes to Mark Wilson and T.J. Starks in the first period, and then a 24-yard run from Slade Caldwell in the second quarter. And the Blazers leading 21-14 as we get set to start the second half. They put additional time back on the clock, so I'm not sure how much of that will keep up there. Let's go ahead and take we'll call for a 1-minute timeout here and come back. Well, wait a minute, because Camden Fairview is making their way onto the field, so I don't want to risk missing the start of the second half, so we'll just decide to hold it here for right now. And the Blazers now put their return unit on the field, so I believe we're going to go ahead and get started momentarily here with the second half.
Jay Mormon and DeQuan Galloway back deep for the Blazers.
Nasser Khan teeing the ball up at the 40-yard line on the near hash for Camden Fairview. Meanwhile, you got Galloway and Mormon back to return for Valley View, each standing on the respective hashes at the 10-yard line. Galloway on the right hash, Mormon on the left. And looks like these officials are bound and determined to let this clock, halftime clock, burn out. So everybody else is ready to play football, but not the guys wearing the striped shirts. Now they'll reset the clock or wipe the clock out and put 12 minutes, and I think now we're finally ready to get the second half started. Again, Nasser Khan to kick it away for Fairview. Valley View leading 21-14 as we start the second half. Galloway and Mormon set up for the Blazer return. Khan drives it low and deep. It'll be fielded off the bounce by Galloway as he gathers it in about the 7-yard line. He's across the 20 and gets met at about the 27 or the 28-yard line, and that's where Valley View will put it in play. Looks like they'll spot it.
On the stop, ball's placed at the 30, correction, the 28-yard line.
At the 28. So Turley brings his offense onto the field. He'll send Harmon and Stark split wide to the left. Two receivers to the near side. I believe that's Smith and Wilson. Turley out of the gun on first down. Gives it to Caldwell. Caldwell running left, punches it out across the 30 and moves it out to about the 32 on a pickup of about 4, maybe 5, depending on the mark. We'll call that a 4-yard game. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 for Valley View.
Gain of 4 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 6.
Ball at the 32-yard line, just inside the right hash, as Valley View now moves toward the south end zone, moving from left to right. Two receivers wide to each side. Turley out of the gun. Again, gives it off to Caldwell, and Caldwell drags tacklers with him up to about the 38-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down marker. Smith on the tackle for Fairview. 3rd and 1 for Valley View as the Blazers line up in the jumbo package. Turley goes under center. McMullen's the running back. Turley keeps it. He's got the first down. Great surge by the offensive line as they push him all the way across the 40 and up to about the 43-yard line. That offensive line doing a great job tonight against this much bigger defensive line from Camden Fairview. First down for Valley View at the Blazer 43 with 10:38 to play in the first period. Or third period, rather. Early in the second half. Trips left, one receiver to the near side. That's Wilson. Turley back to throw, looking for Wilson. Got him open, but overthrew him. Wilson had a step on the defensive back, but Turley just missed him. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Valley View. 10:20 to play in the period. Valley View leading 21-14. There's a flag down. Apparently, I just now noticed there's a flag down. That's going to be against Valley View. I think it's.
After penalty, the ball will be placed back at the.
I didn't catch the signal, but it's a 10-yard penalty against Valley View that'll move it back to the 32, and
first down, 21.
it's a first down and about 20 for Valley View from the 32-yard line. three receivers to the left, two to the right. Empty backfield for Carson Turley. And again, we've got whistles and flags just as the ball is snapped. And that's going to be a false start against Valley View. So the Blazers, which went through the first half without a single penalty against them, if I recall correctly, and now suddenly hit with two quick penalties here early in the second half. That moves the ball back to the 27-yard line. It's 1st and 25. 10:18 to play in the third. Valley View up 21-14. Two receivers to the left and right. Turley shows it to Caldwell, keeps it, got some room across the middle now. He's across the 40. He's at midfield. He's on the far sideline. He may go. Carson Turley with the football at the 20, the 10, the 5, and he's in there for the score. But there's a marker down back near the line of scrimmage. Bring it back. Another penalty. Probably going to be a clip or a hold. And negating a big run by Carson Turley that would have put 6 points on the board. Officials meeting and discussing. Here comes the signal. It's a block in the back. Blazer crowd voicing their displeasure with that flag.
After the penalty, the ball is placed back at the 27-yard line.
The ball will be spotted at the 27-yard line.
26.
First and long for Valley View. Need about 30 yards now. Twin receivers left and right. Turley back to throw. Looking, chased, sacked. Bring him down at about the 21-yard line.
Carson Turley.
Tackle made by Darrell King.
By Darrell King. Ball's placed at the 22-yard line.
Ball will be spotted at the 22, and it's second and about a half mile here for Valley View. They need to get to the 47-yard line of Camden Fairview to get the first down. Now the ball at the Valley View 22. Two receivers to the left and right. Give it to Caldwell. Caldwell across the middle, dragging people with him. Advances the ball up to about the 32-yard line on a tough run. And it'll bring up third and about 20 for Valley View after the run by Caldwell. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line with 9:09 to play in the third period. Blazers leading 21-14. Two receivers left and right. Turley out of the gun, Caldwell on his right hip. He's back to throw. Sets up, looking over the middle for Wilson. Ball is incomplete, a little short, and Wilson unable to get under it. Valley View will have to punt it away as Turley will drop back into punt formation. The return man for Camden will drop back to about the 40-yard line. I believe that's Arquavian Martin set up for the return. Right now standing on the near hash at the 41. Turley will stand at the 20 as he awaits the snap. Gets a good snap, good kick. It'll go over the head of the return man and takes a good Valley View bounce and roll, and it'll be down to the 19-yard line. Nice punt by Carson Turley as he flips the field, and Fairview will have to start from the 19. 14-yard line correction. So 8:33 to play in the third period. Camden Fairview taking over at their own 14 after a nice punt by Carson Turley. Here come the Cardinals. Three receivers to the near side. No one to the right. Martavius Thomas out of the shotgun. Alsabrook is the running back. Long snap count. Thomas keeps it, runs across the middle, and advances the ball up to about the 20-yard line or the 21, depending on the spot.
Thomas on the keeper, brought down at the 22-yard line, brings up second down.
Spotted at the 22, it's an 8-yard gain, then a 2nd and 8 for Camden. Tackle made by Cal Richardson. 2nd and 2 for Camden Fairview from the 22-yard line. Three receivers wide near side. To the left, no one to the right. Haygood motions right. He'll take it on the jet sweep running right. Now he's into open space and caught from behind at about the 45-yard line. Caden Perkins made a big-time tackle there for Valley View. Otherwise, he probably takes that one to the house. As it is, it's a first down for Camden at the Blazer 45. Three receivers left. Again, no one to the right. Cardinals at their own 45-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Alsabrook, the running back, on Thomas's right hip. Now he'll shift to the left hip as they flood the left side of the field. Give it off to Alsabrook, and he's caught in the backfield. Again, I think that was Jamarian Davis who got there first and made the tackle for Valley View out of his nose guard position. And he's having a nice game here tonight. That'll be a loss of 2. Back to the 43. 2nd and 12 for the Cardinals. Two receivers split wide near side, one off to the right for Camden Fairview. Thomas in the gun. Running back on his right hip. Looks to the sideline. And gives it off on a delayed draw, and the running back is met at the line of scrimmage and thrown for a loss back at about the 40 or 39-yard line. Brian Huff leading the defensive charge for the Blazers.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 3rd down.
And that'll be a loss of a yard and sets up 3rd and 13 for Camden Fairview with 6:26 to play in the third. Valley View leading 21-14. Two receivers right, one to the near side. Thomas in the pistol. Long snap count. Here's the snap. Thomas with time. Now here comes pressure. McMullen's after him. He gets rid of it. And did he make the catch? Incomplete. So Valley View able to get the stop, and, well, assuming they're going to punt here, as it's 4th and 13 on the Camden Fairview side of the field. They're probably going to do like they did here a moment ago and line up like they're going for it and then quick kick it. They do snap it and punt it. It's a short kick. It'll go out of bounds, and Valley View will have very good field position here right about the 41-yard line. So with 5:46 to play in the third period, Valley View gets the stop on the turnover on downs, or the forcing the 3-and-out rather, and the Blazers with good field position here after the bad kick by Camden Fairview. The Blazers will start from their own 41. Three receivers now wide right for Valley View. One off to the left. I believe that's Harmon to the far side. Turley's back to throw. Here comes pressure. Being chased from behind. He's going to keep it. Runs across the middle and advances across the 50 and close to, I believe he has the first down at about the 48-yard line of Camden Fairview. That should move the chains for Valley View on the scamper by Carson Turley. Tackle made by Arquavian Martin for Camden Fairview. Blazers move the chains. Ball at the Camden Fairview 48. One receiver to the left. Turley rolling left, now looking for some room over the middle, tucks it in and advances it forward about 2, maybe 3 yards, up to about the 45-yard line.
Gain of 2 on the play brings up 2nd.
They'll spot it at the 46. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 with 5:12 to play in the third. Blazers leading it by a touchdown. It's 21-14. Two receivers right and left for Valley View. As they spread the field, Turley will give it to Caldwell, and Caldwell tries the middle. Not much there. Maybe a yard before he gets gobbled up by that big defensive line from Camden. Brings up 3rd and 7 for Valley View. Cameron Eastham making the tackle for the Cardinals. It's 3rd and 7 for Valley View. Ball just inside the left hash at the Camden 45-yard line. 4:33 to play in the third. Blazers leading 21-14. Two receivers left, one right. Turley's back to throw. Rolling near side, looking for Smith. Catch made. He's got the first down inside the 40. And Smith making a big-time catch in heavy traffic there, and that'll move the chains once again for Valley View. The good execution there on the play-action pass from Turley to Smith, and the Blazers able to keep the drive alive. It'll be spotted at the Camden Fairview 37. 4:14 to play in the third. Two receivers left. Wilson to the right. Give it to Caldwell. Caldwell running left. He's got the edge. Darts upfield and close to another first down around the 25-yard line. And he's got enough to move the chains once again.
That's good for another Blazer.
So another Valley View first down. Ball spotted at the 23 of Camden Fairview with 3:49 to play in the third. Ball is on the left hash. Valley View moving from left to right toward the south end zone. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Turley out of the gun. Keeps it, and well defended that time by Camden Fairview. That play was a little slow in developing. May have been a mix-up in the backfield, but as it results in about a 2-yard loss for Valley View. Bakari Jackson making the tackle for Camden Fairview back to the 26-yard line. So with 3:13 to play in the third, Valley View faces a 2nd and 12. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Turley out of the gun. Back to throw. Looking on the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking for a flag there, but not going to get it. Looked like there might have possibly been some interference on Harmon over there, but no flag is thrown, and it brings up a 3rd and 12 for Valley View at the 25. Watching the replay, and yeah, he was definitely interfered with as we watch the streaming replay, but no flag flies. Three receivers to the right, one to the left on 3rd and 12. Give it to Caldwell. Caldwell tries the middle, not much there. Trying to run out of a tackle, but unable to do so as they throw him for a loss. We'll see if they give him any forward progress. I don't think they're going to. As Bakari Jackson again makes the tackle for Camden. That'll be basically no gain, and it's 4th and 13 for Valley View from the 26. Three receivers to the right. Now Bo Smith will motion to the other side, and Harmon comes to the near side. Turley out of the gun, and we've got whistles and flags just as the ball is snapped. That's going to be a timeout, I think, for Valley View. So the Blazers take the timeout. 2:17 left to play in the third period. A break in the action. Valley View leads Camden Fairview 21-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue on Johnson at Hilltop and on Main Street across from Jonesboro High School. Now, I'm from Memphis, and I know barbecue, but there are people from Memphis that travel to Jonesboro to sample, taste, and enjoy Demo's Barbecue. No kidding. They come from Memphis, so no need to go anywhere else. Right here, the best barbecue is at Demo's. Any of the ribs, any of the plates, you can enjoy it all at Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue. My mouth is watering.
Welcome back to Central Dealership Stadium. 2 minutes, 17 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Valley View leading 21-14. Blazers going for it here on 4th and 13 from the Camden Fairview 26-yard line. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Turley out of the gun. And there's whistles and flags just as the ball is snapped. It looked like Fairview moved first. Whether they came into the neutral zone remains to be seen. I think this is going to go against Valley View on a false start.
False start, Valley View.
So the Blazers, which got through the first half without a single penalty, now being bitten heavily by the penalty bug in this third quarter. This will move it back to the 31-yard line, and it's 4th and long. Turley back to throw. Sets up. Looking for Wilson. Did he make the catch in bounds? Nope, he caught the ball, but they're going to say he came down with it out of bounds. Tough break for Valley View. Wilson caught the ball, heavily defended, but couldn't get his feet down before he was landed, and so Camden Fairview will get the stop and take over. At about the 30-yard line. So here come the Cardinals. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the right. Martavius Thomas in the pistol. Back to throw. Got plenty of time. Got a receiver wide open over the middle of the field, but he missed him. Boy, the Blazers dodged a bullet right there. Haygood was the intended target, and he was open, but Thomas just couldn't underthrew him a little bit. Brings up a 2nd and 10 for Camden Fairview from the 30-yard line, 31 rather. 2 receivers split left and 1 to the right. Thomas out of the gun. Alsabrook's the running back. He'll give it to Alsabrook, and Alsabrook met in the backfield and dropped for about a 2-yard loss. And again, I think that was Jamarian Davis who led the defensive charge. That kid's having a whale of a game tonight. The undersized nose tackle using his speed and agility to make some big plays for Valley View's defense. It's 3rd and 12 for Camden Fairview. 2 receivers to the near side and 2 to the right. Thomas out of the gun. Back to throw. Got plenty of time. Hit as he throws, fires downfield. That's incomplete. And now it's 4th and a bunch for Camden Fairview. Daquan Galloway with coverage in the secondary there for Valley View. Cal Richardson got great pressure on the quarterback and hit him just as he got rid of it. And now Camden Fairview facing a 4th and 13. Narsicom will drop back to punt. Quick kicks it. And this time it takes a good bounce and roll as it lands for Camden Fairview. And still Valley View will have pretty good field position starting at about the 38-yard line. So kind of an unorthodox punting philosophy that Camden Fairview uses, but Valley View will get the ball back at the 38 on the left hash as they move from left to right toward the south end zone. With a 1:12 to play in the 3rd quarter, the Blazers lead 21-14. It's been a scoreless second half so far. Valley View with 2 wides to the right and 2 to the left. Turley out of the gun. Gives it to Caldwell. Caldwell met in the backfield and thrown for about a 5 or 6 yard loss. That play never had a chance. Good penetration into the backfield that time by the Cardinals. And that'll be about a 4-yard loss back to the 34. Inside a minute to play in the quarter. 2 receivers right and left for Turley. Turley back to throw. Gets a block. Now he's found some room across the middle. He's got the sideline, and he has the first down as he's up near midfield at the 50-yard line. Carson Turley once again riddling the Camden Fairview defense with another scamper across the middle and move the chains for Valley View with 34 seconds left in the 3rd period. They'll spot the ball at the 49, and Turley comes up a little bit gimpy from that play. Looks like he's favoring maybe his foot or ankle. He's going to stay in there for now. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Give it off to Caldwell. Caldwell, big hole across the middle, and he's got another first down, it looks like, as he drags a tackler with him down to about the 40-yard line.
Brought down by Michael Griffith.
Michael Griffith making the tackle for Camden Fairview. 9 seconds to play in the quarter. Valley View will snap it between the hashes at the Camden Fairview 40. They're going to let the clock run out. So that was the last play of the 3rd period. 3 quarters in the books as we head into the final frame after a scoreless 3rd quarter. Valley View continues to lead. It's 21-14. We'll return in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Follow me on a new healthcare journey, full of possibilities. Experience world-class care delivered by friends, family, and neighbors right here in your community, bringing industry-leading technology to you, not the other way around. Your health record, your appointment scheduling, and your medications all in one place, and your lab results delivered the instant they're recorded. Do we look at healthcare differently? Absolutely. Experience the difference, and you will too. NEA Baptist, healthcare for the next century.
It's a 1-score game as we move into the 4th period here at Central Dealership Stadium. Valley View continues to lead 21-14 after a scoreless 3rd quarter. Valley View has the ball with a first down at the Camden Fairview 40-yard line. The ball will be at the left hash as Valley View now approaches the north end zone, moving from right to left. One receiver to the right, two to the near side. Actually, it's 3 to the near side, and the give is to Caldwell. Caldwell met at the line of scrimmage, and it'll basically be no gain, it looks like.
No gain on the play, brings up second down.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 for Valley View at the 40-yard line. Delegan Wesley making the tackle for Fairview. Just underway here in the 4th period. Blazers up 1 score, 21-14. Trip receivers near side, 3 left, 1 to the right. The ball gets away from Turley. It's up for grabs, and then now it's going to be a scoop and score opportunity for Camden Fairview as it's grabbed by Darrell King, and he will have an easy path to the end zone. Snap just got away from Turley, and Camden Fairview with an opportunity now to tie the game. Awaiting the extra point kick. And now Camden Fairview hit with a sideline warning as we await Narsacon's kick to potentially tie the game here with 11-12 remaining in the contest. It's blocked. Valley View's got it. I don't think they can return this. Nope, they cannot. They were trying, but so that may prove huge, as I'm not sure who got their hand on it. Caden Perkins came out of there with it off the block, and so now the score remains a 1-point lead for Valley View. It's 21-20 with 11-12 to play. We're back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Best savings anywhere at First National Bank. For a limited time only, a 13-month CD special at 4.03 annual percentage yield. You can visit fnbank.net/specials to lock in your rate today. Also available by visiting any of our 23 locations in Arkansas and Tennessee. 13 months, 4.03 APY at First National Bank. Offer valid as of November 17, 2022. Rate subject to change. Valid at all locations. $1,000 minimum to open. Penalty for early withdrawal. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
11 minutes, 12 seconds left. Camden Fairview pulls to within 1 on a 40-yard fumble return by Darrell King. The extra point kick was blocked by the Blazer defense, so Valley View now is leading by 1 point. It's 21-20 as we await Narsacon's kickoff for Camden Fairview. Mormon and Galloway are set up deep for the Blazer return. Galloway on the right hash. Mormon on the left hash, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Valley View will get the ball at the 20-yard line.
The end zone for a touchback. Ball's placed at the 20-yard line. First down, Blazers.
So the Blazers starting at the 20, the ball right between the hashes. Leading it by 1 now, 21-20. Turley seems to be moving okay now. Like I said, looked like he came up a little bit limpy or gimpy from that scramble where he picked up a first down on the last possession, but he's back to throw here, and now he's on the run. He'll cross the 25, gets run out of bounds at about the 27 or the 28-yard line.
Carson Turley on the keeper, gain of 8 on the play.
Picked up 8.
Second down, 2.
And brings up a 2nd and 2 for Valley View. So he certainly didn't look like he had any issues moving on that play. Of course, he's a tough kid, too. We've seen that from him many times. He's one of the toughest kids wearing a Blazer uniform. 2 receivers to the right and to the left. Turley out of the gun. Give it to Caldwell. Caldwell across the middle. I think he's going to be about a yard shy of the marker.
Slade Caldwell on the carry, brought down by Michael Griffith. Gain of 1 on the play, brings up third down, 1.
Got 1. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 29. 2 receivers left and right. Got some movement up front, and they moved into the neutral zone. That'll be an encroachment penalty on Camden Fairview, I do believe. So that should give Valley View the first down off the penalty yardage.
After the penalty, the ball's placed at the 34.
Moves the ball forward to the 34 with 10:36 to play. in the game. Blazers leading 21-20. Two receivers left and right. This is Caldwell, breaks to the outside and bulls his way forward up to about the 39, maybe the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 40 as he picks up 6. And it brings up 2nd and 4 for Valley View with 10:09 to play in the game. Again, Valley View clinging to a 1-point lead. It's 21-20. Two receivers to the right and left. Turley out of the gun, Caldwell on his left hip. And that ball is on the ground, and I believe Turley got back on it to recover it.
Recovered by Carson Turley.
But it'll be a loss back to about the 32-yard line.
3rd down, 12.
Valley View suddenly having some trouble hanging on to the football here in this 4th period. It'll be 3rd and 13 from the 32 of the Blazers. Trips left, one single receiver off to the right. I believe that's Wilson. Turley's back to throw. He's got time looking across the middle for Harmon. He makes the catch. He's across the 50 and tackled at about the 42-yard line. Turley and Harmon hook up over the middle for a 1st down. Move the chains for Valley View. Buchanan making the tackle for the Fairview defense. And the Blazers going tempo, ready to snap it already. Trips left, one receiver to the right. That's Wilson. And now we've got a timeout, I believe, taken by Camden Fairview. So we'll stop play with 9:09 to play in the 4th quarter. Valley View leads Camden Fairview 21-20. Back here in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, and most are still under factory warranty. We have every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
9 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the football game. Valley View leading Camden Fairview 21-20. Timeout taken by the Fairview defense. Valley View with a 1st down at the Fairview 43. As the Blazers send 3 receivers to the left, Mark Wilson off to the right. Harmon is the outside receiver to the left. And this is a give to Caldwell. Caldwell powers his way forward for about 2 yards, maybe 3.
Slade Caldwell on the carry.
As he gets it up to about the 40-yard line.
2 on the play.
Correction to the 41. So it's a 2-yard game, brings up 2nd and 8 for the Blazers. With 8:49 to play. Starks and Harmon split to the near side. Wilson and Smith off to the right. Turley keeps it, and not much there. He works it forward for about an extra yard, and that'll be about it. Brings up 3rd and long for Valley View.
No gain on the play.
I'll call that no gain. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 41. 8:19 remaining. Two receivers to the right. Jackson Harmon split on the left. Turley rolling right on play action. Fires downfield. That ball is incomplete, I believe.
Pass intended for TJ
Starks was the target.
Brings up 4th down, 8.
So now Valley View will face a 4th and 8, and it looks like they'll send Turley back to punt formation. Leading it by a point, 21-20. 7:56 to play in the game. Fairview's got nobody back to return for the moment. Now they'll send, now Lockhart will drop back, standing at about the 20-yard line. Turley, nice punt. And were the Blazers able to down it? Nope, got into the end zone. Made a good hustle and effort to get down there, but couldn't quite catch up to it before it bounced into the painted turf. So Fairview will get the ball at the 20-yard line with 7:47 to play in the game. Valley View leading 21-20. as the Cardinal offense makes their way back out onto the field, as does the Blazer defense. Well, there's a discussion now as to where they're going to spot the ball. Watching the replay here on our monitor, and his knee hit. Yeah, that was Starks who got it, and his knee hit at the 1 yard line, and his momentum carried into the end zone, and that's where they're going to spot the ball. So that's a great catch by the officials as Starks with a nice hustle play, and Fairview will start from their 1. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Martavius Thomas, the Fairview quarterback, working out of his end zone. He's back to throw. Got plenty of time, got a receiver across the middle. That ball is caught, and it'll be a first down as they quickly get out of trouble and now have the ball out to the 35-yard line as Thomas hooks up with Reed, and Daquan Galloway made the tackle for Valley View. Here come the Cardinals, 3 wides to the left, 1 to the right. 7:29 to play in the game. Valley View leading by 1. Here's a screen pass, and then it's dropped. Incomplete ball. Hobson caught it, but just as he started to make his move, he dropped the ball. So it's 2nd and 10 for Camden at the 35-yard line. 2 receivers to the left and right. Long snap count. Thomas out of the gun. 5 seconds left on the snap clock. Now they get the snap. They throw it. Almost intercepted. It's incomplete. And man, that had pick 6 written all over it for Kenny Robinson, but he couldn't quite hang on to the ball as he jumped the route.
Kenny Robinson on the cover.
And it brings up 3rd and 10 for Camden. 2 receivers to each side again for the Cardinals. Valley View crowd making some noise. Thomas back to throw. Now he's flushed. Trying to run free, and he's caught right after he crossed the line of scrimmage, so he got about a yard as the Valley View defense had great downfield coverage there. There was nobody for Thomas to get the ball to. And once again, Jamarian Davis in on the tackle for the Blazers, and we got a Cardinal down at the end of that play. Back up on his feet, but it'll be 4th and 9 for Camden. And that's Thomas who's down. That's the quarterback. Gingerly walking back to the sideline. I got a feeling we'll see him back out there when they get the ball back. 6:59 to play in the game. So they'll line up in punt formation. Narsha Khan to punt. Valley View right now with nobody back to return. They quick kick it. That's a pretty good kick. It'll roll sideways, and they'll down at about the 25-yard line. So Valley View will get it back at its own 25 after the punt by Narsha Khan with 6:37 to play in the game. Blazers clinging to that 1-point lead. It's 21-20. No offensive scores yet here in the second half. The only score has been the scoop and score fumble return for Camden Fairview coming early in the 4th quarter. So the Blazer offense makes their way onto the field. Starting this possession at their own 25 with 6:37 to play. 2 receivers to the near side and the right side. Turley out of the gun. Gives it to Caldwell. Caldwell across the middle for about a yard. That'll be all.
Slade Caldwell on the carry, brought down by the defensive
Gets it up to the 26 before he was gang tackled there by several Cardinals. And it's 2nd and 9 for Valley View. Norman and T.J. Stark split to the near side. Wilson off to the right, and I believe Bo Smith to the right as well. Turley out of the gun on 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Stumbles, in trouble, and he'll be caught. That'll be a loss back to about the 21 or the 22-yard line.
Ball's placed at the 16-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Back at the 16, rather.
16.
And it's
19.
3rd and about 18 here for Valley View. 5:35 to play in the game. 2 receivers to the left and right. A definite passing situation for the Blazer offense. Empty backfield for Carson Turley. Got a man in motion, and it's Cobble who will get it on the jet sweep. Cobble advances it up to about the 30-yard line. It'll be a little bit shy of the first down, and Valley View will have to punt it away.
Brought down by Aquavion Martin. Ball's placed at the 30-yard line. Brings up
It's about a 4th and 6 for Valley View from the 30-yard line. They're going for it, showing going for it. Trying to get them off sides, and I don't think Fairview is going to jump this time. 2 receivers to the left and right. Ten seconds left on the snap clock. Valley View's going to let the clock wind down and now take a timeout. So we'll pause the clock with 4:27 to play in the football game. Valley View leading 21-20. We'll return in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
The home team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to welcome Dr. Asa Schneickel. Dr. Schneickel is an A-State alum and is Northeast Arkansas's only joint revision surgeon, specializing in several forms of joint replacement. He joins the Jonesboro Sports and Orthopedics team with more than 40 years experience in getting you back in the game. So if you have a sports injury, just some nagging aches, or even need help with concussion management, call JOSM at 932-1820 to schedule an appointment. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
4:27 left to play in the football game. Valley View leading 21-20. Blazers facing a 4th and 5 here from the 30-yard line, and Carson Turley is back in punt formation. And the return man for Camden will drop to it back to about the 38-yard line. Turley gets the kick away. It's a knuckleball kick. Takes a good bounce and roll, and will be down at the 30-yard line.
Cardinals did at the 30-yard line. 1st down, Cardinals.
So we'll see if Martavius Thomas is able to come back onto the field. Last time we saw him leaving the field, he walked gingerly back to the sideline, and he is back out there. So Camden Fairview will start at its own 30, down 1 with 4:17 to play, 70 yards of real estate to cover. Trips left, 1 single receiver, Jarvis Reed to the right. He has been a thorn in Valley View's side for much of the night. Thomas gives it off to Alsabrook, who's met after a gain of about 2, met and thrown back.
Eric Alsabrook on the carry.
Carson Turley making the tackle for Valley View.
Brings up 2nd down, 8.
Ball at the 32-yard line, 2nd and 8 with 3:58 to play in the game. Trips left, 1 receiver, Reed to the right. Thomas out of the gun. Back to throw, got plenty of time. Now he rolls right, fires downfield, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Haygood, but Haygood was trying to straddle the sideline there as he made the catch, unable to do so. It'll bring up 3rd down. Jay Mormon providing the coverage for the Blazer defense. 3rd and 8 coming up for Camden Fairview. 3:36 to play in the game. 2 receivers to the left and right. Now Alsabrook will line up as an H-back, it looks like. Or kind of a flanker off to the left. Thomas rolling left, fires downfield looking for Haygood. Ball caught, and he's got the far sideline. He'll go. Camden Fairview will take the lead now with 3:25 to play.
Touchdown, Camden Fairview.
So Camden Fairview strike with a big pass play. With 3:22 left. As we await the extra point kick now from Narsakan. It's 26-21 extra point pending. And they're going to go for 2 here, I believe. Here they come to the line of scrimmage. They'll send one receiver out to the left and 2 to the right, now 3 to the right. Martavius Thomas rolling right, fires to the other side of the field, and that ball is incomplete. Bounced right off the shoulder pads of the receiver, and they're turned away on the 2-point conversion attempt. So with 3:22 to play in the game, Camden Fairview now leads at 26-21. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
You raised your family here, did every July 4th here, refinished the floors here twice, sized up your daughter's boyfriends here, waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again, in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with the home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
Back here at Central Dealership Stadium, Valley View trailing for the first time tonight. We'll see if the Blazers have another miracle finish in them, as it's now 26-21. Galloway and Mormon are back for the Blazer return, and that ball will go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Blazers will start from the 20.
Touchback. Ball in place at the 20-yard line. First down, Blazers.
Best thing about that is that no time went off the clock, with 3:22 still to play. Blazers send 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, empty backfield for Carson Turley. Caldwell motions right. They throw it complete to Harmon, but he drops the ball on the screen pass, and that'll be incomplete.
Pass intended for Jackson Harmon falls incomplete, brings up second down, 10.
So it's 2nd and 10 for Valley View from the 20 with 3:18 remaining. Blazers now trailing 26-21. 2 receivers left and right. Caldwell on Turley's right hip. Turley back to throw. Fires complete for a short gain up to the 25-yard line. That was Wilson, I believe, on the catch.
Wilson, gain of 5 on the play, brings
So
up
it's
third down, 5.
3rd and 5 for Valley View. 3 minutes remaining in the football game. Blazers now down 5. It's 26-21. Turley back to throw on 3rd down. Got time, sets up, looking across the middle for Harmon. He's got the catch, but he dropped it. Got jarred loose at the last minute by Jabari Lockhart. And now Valley View down to a 4th and 5 from the 25-yard line. This is probably the play of the game coming up right here. Three receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield for Turley on 4th and 5. 2:43 to play. Turley back to throw. Now he's running in trouble. Hits the sideline, and they'll catch him after a short gain. And Camden Fairview will get the turnover on downs and get the ball back on their end of the field here with 2:35 still to play. 1 timeout left for Valley View. Camden's got 2 timeouts left. Fairview will get the ball at the 26-yard line. Jarvis Reed is split wide to the right, as is Haygood. good. One goes wide left. So 2 receivers right, 1 left for the Cardinals. Thomas gives it to Alsabrook. Alsabrook advances it forward for about 4 yards, maybe 5.
Alsabrook on the carry. Gain of 5 on the play, brings up second down, 5.
Got a 5-yard gain after the spot. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 from the Blazer 21. Cal Richardson making the tackle for the Valley View defense with 2:13 to play. Camden just letting that clock wind down between plays as much as they can. Now 1:55 remaining. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Thomas going to keep it running left, and he gets run out of bounds down near the 20-yard line.
Ortavius Thomas on the carry.
He was able to stay in bounds. Jet Bradshaw made the tackle for Valley View.
On the play, brings up 3rd down, 5.
No gains. 3rd and about 4 for Fairview at the 30-yard line, or the 20-yard line rather, on the left hash. Clock continuing to tick down. Here they come to the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 4. Three receivers bunched in tight to the right. Got a flag down as the ball is snapped, and that may be a false start or a procedure penalty. Delay of game penalty actually on Camden Fairview. Or an illegal substitution. Penalty is against Fairview, we know that much, and it'll move the ball back 5 yards.
After the penalty, ball is placed at the
Clock stopped momentarily with 1:02 to play.
5-yard line, brings up 3rd down.
Moves the ball back to the 25-yard line, and now Fairview, I believe, will. Oh, thought they were taking a timeout, but apparently not. Third and 9 from the 25. That's a different quarterback, I believe, and he is going to be caught.
Jabari
Lockhart lined up as the Wildcat quarterback there, and now Valley View will stop the clock with 56 seconds left. Fairview will face a 4th and 9 when we return to play after the timeout. Valley View trails Camden Fairview 26-21. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
It's a mix and match special now at all Jonesboro area Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any 2 for $5.99 each for carryout or $6.99 each for delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, salad, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The mix and match special with any 2 for only $5.99 each for carryout or $6.99 each for delivery. Only at your Jonesboro area Domino's Pizza locations.
Back here at Central Dealership Stadium, 56 seconds remaining in the football game. The Blazers have just burned their last timeout. Fairview facing a 4th and 9 from the 25-yard line. Cardinals leading it 26-21. They'll send 4 receivers wide right and 1 off to the left, empty backfield for Lockhart, who's back, and nope, Thomas is back in at quarterback. Here comes pressure. He's got time. Now he rolls left, being pursued. Dedrick Barnes is after him. He'll reverse field and run forward. Ball comes loose. It goes out of bounds, I believe, and that was a 4th down play. So Valley View will get it back with 44 seconds left. Right around the 25-yard line, I think, is where we'll take over. The 26. So the Blazers, with no timeouts left, get the ball back with about 74 yards of real estate to cover and 44 seconds to get it done. 3 receivers to the left, Wilson off to the right. Caldwell motions right now as a receiver, so it's 2 receivers right, 3 near side. Turley to throw, flushed right, rolling, fires downfield and incomplete, looking for Wilson, but
pass intended for Mark Wilson.
That falls incomplete. Wilson thought he was interfered with, but no flag. It'll bring up 2nd down. Clock stops after the incomplete pass with 28 seconds remaining. Ball at the 26-yard line on the left hash. Harmon and Starks split to the near side. Wilson and Bo Smith go wide right. 3 receivers to the right now. Man in motion near side. Turley to throw. Looking across the middle for Starks, but he's unable to make the catch. Heavily defended there. Coverage provided by Lockhart for Camden Fairview. Now it's 3rd and 10 for Valley View with 35 seconds left. Blazers trailing 26-21. Three receivers right. I believe that's Harmon to the near side. Turley out of the gun. Drops straight back. Fires deep across the middle, and that ball is picked off. Intercepted and caught from behind at about the 38-yard line, and Camden Fairview is going to be able to run out the clock and hang on for a hard-fought 26-21 victory as they get the ball back. Have one more snap of the football. We'll probably finish this one up. And the Blazer season will come to a close at 9-3 as the Blazers advance to the quarterfinals of the 5A playoffs. Fairview will improve to 10-2 and move on to the semifinals against either Shiloh or Mills.
Camden, after the interception, ball's placed at the
Apparently there was a penalty after the interception on Camden, but it'll move the ball back to the 48-yard line. And all they got to do now is snap the ball and take a knee and head back to South Arkansas with a big playoff win. They're in victory formation. And Thomas takes the snap and the knee. And that was the last play and snap of the game. So handshakes all around here as both teams showing great sportsmanship. Valley View will fall and end the season as they fall to Camden Fairview 26-21. The Blazers just unable to find the end zone after a productive first half, but unable to do so in the second half. And Camden Fairview gets away with a 26-21 victory as Valley View will drop and end the season at 9-3. We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout, and we'll have our Moore Air Conditioning post-game show when we return in 2 minutes on the EAB Sports Network.
Jonesboro location that is now open at 2100 East Highland near the Old Indian Mall. Hey, it's Brandon Baxter and the team at Elite Eye Care is who my family trusts for their personal eye care. Elite Eye Care specializes in eye care solutions for patients of all ages, and you can be assured that your family is cared for like their own. Schedule your appointment at EliteEyeCareandOptical.com or call 972-6040. Elite Eye Care at 2100 East Highland in Jonesboro and at 1515 West Kings Highway in Pearland. Elite Eye Care. Your vision is our focus.
Farmers and Merchants Bank announces the lobby of our new branch in Jonesboro is now open. The drive-thru is an MVP center with live video tellers 7 to 7 weekdays and 9 to noon on Saturdays. So in addition to our beautiful bank on Highland, you can also visit our new branch at the corner of Southwest Drive and Parker. More MVPs, more ATMs, more me banking at Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Ship anything, anywhere at your #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Bring anything to Pack Mail, and they'll pack it, ship it, crate it, freight it, no matter how big, fragile, or awkwardly shaped. Since 1998, Pack Mail has been your #1 shipping source, the only authorized shipper of all the major carriers. UPS, FedEx, DHL, the Postal Service, and Freight Services all in one store. At Pack Mail, you have choices. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
Trey, we are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations, and our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office and then FedEx or all the way out to UPS terminal and then get that international shipment to DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Pack Mail.
See, I told you, Pack Mail ships anything, anywhere, through any shipper. Pack Mail, voted the #1 printing, packaging, and shipping store in Jonesboro. Don't trust your shipping needs to just anybody. Trust Pack Mail. 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere, today at Pack Mail.
Back here at Central Dealership Stadium on the heels of a 26-21 Camden Fairview victory over Valley View in this quarterfinal playoff matchup, as we welcome you into our Moore Air Conditioning postgame show. Be sure to tune in to the Ticket Radio Network Tuesdays at 5 as we present the Moore Air Conditioning Offensive Lineman of the Week, as Moore rewards the guys in the trenches all year long. It's the Moore Air Conditioning Offensive Lineman of the Week, Tuesdays at 5 on the Ticket Radio Network. Camden Fairview putting 2 scores on the board in the second half to come away with a 26-21 victory. This game had Valley View leading 21-14 at the half. There were no scores for either team in the third quarter. Camden Fairview drew within 1 point early in the fourth on a scoop-and-score fumble return, a 40-yard return on the scoop-and-score opportunity for Darrell King. The extra point kick was blocked, so that pulled Fairview to within 1 to make it 21-20, and then the Cardinals getting the go-ahead winning touchdown with 3:20 to play on the 70-yard pass from Artavian Thomas to Trent Haygood. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good, but Camden Fairview had enough points from that point to hang on for the win, as they were able to stop Valley View on its ensuing possessions, and the Cardinals pick up their 10th victory of the year to move to 10-2 and get the 26-21 victory. We'll take one more 30-second timeout, and when we return, we will name our JOSM Player of the Game after this timeout on the EAB Sports Network.
High school athletics is brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the road for a trip across country or across town, drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo Tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Paragould and Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
Back here at Central Dealership Stadium, Randy Myers under the headset in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. Get better with Baptist as the very special Valley View season comes to an unfortunate end here tonight in the quarterfinals of the playoffs as Camden Fairview rallies to win 26-21. And our JOSM player of the game tonight for Valley View will be backup nose guard Jamarian Davis. He had a fumble recovery as well as at least 3 tackles for a loss as he just caused the Camden Fairview offense fits at times tonight, and Jamarian Davis playing probably one of the better games of his Blazer career. So he is our JOSM player of the game, brought to you by Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, getting you back in the game for more than 40 years. Well, that'll wrap it up tonight from Central Dealership Stadium. A lot of people to thank, including our producer and engineer, Abby Sloan, our streaming crew tonight, which consisted of Assistant Director Aiden Rector, camera operators Carter Zipfel, Marty Fletcher, and Gabe Dyer, engineers Logan Mobley and Seth Perkins, and the crew chief Taylor Settlemeyer, all of these folks from the Valley View High School digital media class, and we appreciate their help in our streaming efforts tonight over on the Blazer News Network YouTube page, and also a special thanks to our executive producer of Blazer football here this season on the EAB Sports Network, our friend Scotty Woodson. So that wraps it up. We will be back on the air Monday night with the start of the boys basketball season as Coach Lane Campbell's team will open with a short preparation time for his full team as he's getting about 12 guys from this Blazer football team. Right now he's only had 6 in camp. So they will open the season on a very short preparation time against a very good Manila team that visits Blazer Arena on Monday night. We should get on the air somewhere in the neighborhood of about 6:50 or 7 o'clock for Valley View and Manila as the Lane Campbell era of Blazer basketball begins Monday night at Blazer Arena. That'll again wrap it up. Your final score, Camden Fairview wins it over Valley View 26-21. I'm Randy Myers. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of your weekend.